Party
Yeah,
kids.
he just walks around
Hello?
just, like, getting accused. He just, like, Dershowitz just walks around getting accused of, like, Epstein shit, constantly defending Ghislaine, writing all these books about how we have to send money to Israel, and it's just like...
We're back, baby. We're back online.
Back. We're back! Dude, you see that fat bitch who posted that picture? It's like, man, all Zionists have huge tits, and it's like, what? They're beating your ass in the quote retweets. What are you doing to yourself?
You're getting your ass. They're getting your ass killed.
Like, how many Palestinians did you eat?
Why would you? This is such a double jeopardy. How could you do that? All you had to do is not say anything. It's like when the IDF they posted this Twitter post recently where they threw up the beat chicks for like diversity purposes. It's like no, blonde hair, blue eyes, a decent schnoz, but nothing too big. You can't throw up the beat ones. This destroys the cause.
You ever saw that Twitter thread from Israel where they were just like fucking Passover if it was millennials doing it?
Oh my god. I love that they're just like a fascist state, but they're just cringe.
Yeah.
Yo, we're
A lot of people too are like at least from what my girlfriend was telling me. I mean, a lot of people they're Jews, devout Jews, Orthodox or something. They fall out of it, and then the way they get brought back into it, like The Godfather, is somebody poses the question of Israel, and then they do their birthright or whatever, and they're, oh my God, a community. I feel so tied to myself and to other people. But then, yeah, it's like they haven't been doing Jew shit for the past like 5, 6, 7, 8 years.
It's crazy.
So it's always gonna be fucking cringe.
Did I ever mention how I was like supposed to be a hilltop youth before my family like backed out of it?
No, go ahead. You were...
Yeah, my mother would just really... My mother is like a fucking Kahanist for some reason. I love her, but she's a Kahanist. And she really wanted to go to the West Bank in order to assist a bunch of like too extreme for the other Israeli extremist settlers. In building up their settlement and like throwing rocks at like out Arabs or some shit.
Smoking on that Hitler pack.
Yeah, so she just like bailed the last second. She was like, maybe this isn't a good idea. Maybe this isn't a good idea.
Gee whiz.
What a stupid fucking country.
Now this is just gonna be background noise. You guys do riffs and talk while I play F.E.A.R.
You know what the fucking most popular beverage in Israel is?
All right, move it out.
A Royale with
Budweiser
cheese.
Light.
Bagged chocolate milk.
What? Bagged?
Wait, they do bag shit there?
Israelis buy like
Oh
No, how do you put milk in a bag?
bags,
Carefully.
rhombus-shaped bags of chocolate milk. They like tear like one end off and drink from it in public.
Oh my god, you're drinking out of your chocolate bag?
And you're describing this as if it's novel to me, but I get the whole deal, the whole shebang. But why do the Jews do it? Why don't they box their shit?
It's like a single serving. It's like a single serving deal. They just carry them around.
Hold up. What? Wait, it's a single like a bag they bring around with them.
Yeah, it's like a single. It's like a single serve chocolate milk bag.
What is this,
You, like,
Mexico?
pick one up at the store and walk around.
That's some Mexican candy shit where it's just stuff in a bag. That's fucked up.
Yeah. You know what the most public, what's the most popular public transportation in Israel is? It's just like fucking minivans that are like tricked out with like extra, like seats.
What?
Fuck. What? Bro, you Jew children?
Israel doesn't seem real.
They get in a minivan that they pay some guy to just drive them around in.
Like the Jew equivalent of like a ricer, one of those shitty Too Fast, Too Furious cars. Except in the Jewish mind, the coolest thing you do to a car is add more seats. That's your ricer, is a minivan with more seats for your stupid, fat, ugly, fucking Zionist children.
Yeah, they
God
just
damn.
Yeah, the average Israeli's life is just like getting up and yelling at your family and then going for a walk, just sleeping in public, yelling at a stranger about nothing. drinking some chocolate milk from a bag.
Oh god, imagine it's like
Minivan,
feel like
getting ecstasy and eating a burger from a place called Burger.
it's 90-degree day and you're outside drinking from your milk bag. You just tear that shit open like a Capri Sun.
Yeah. That just sounds like being homeless in New York.
That's just
All of that. Literally all of that.
God.
I eat a burger from a place called Burger. I take out my little baggie of chocolate milk. I drink it on the subway. I spill it all over myself because it's not designed for aerodynamics. It's designed for my feeble brain.
I was in LA I was in LA in November with Spencer, and I looked, and we were riding by like all these like places. And I saw this one place called Burger Inn, and I was like, "There's no fucking way that's that looks like an Israeli restaurant name. There's no fucking way that's Israeli." So I looked it up on my phone, and it is a fucking Israeli restaurant chain that expanded to America.
And you were like, you know what, Spencer? Let's just go to Kike's instead. It's right next door. Chat, that's gonna take you a bit. Chat.
Alright, very good.
That was good. Those restaurants do exist. Kike's statewide do not give a single fuck.
God.
Holy shit. Naming your restaurant Kike's. Woo, I was playing fucking 5D brain chess with that one.
Good job. Very nice.
God damn. Kid Nation's got me all spry, it's got me all torqued up.
Kid Nation's got you all pumped.
This thing about being Jewish is I know I'll be taken care of when I'm old, because all I have to do is like lech on younger women and like fucking threaten to kill myself every couple of days, and I'll be set for life. All I have to do is just like go up to some random person and be like, I want some food, or I'll kill myself in front of you.
I'm gonna kill myself in front of you.
You don't even care, do you, Eli? I'm your mother! I'm your mother and you don't even care!
You want I should die? You want I should die? I have this gun right here. I can put it to my head any second. Any second I want. I can put this to my head any second I want.
Eli, they've got boxed wine. They've got baggy chocolate milk. You know what they don't have? Boxed love. That's what they don't have, Eli. Not once in your life have you given your mother even an iota of affection. It's all been to your father.
Oh my god.
And what do I do for a living? I sell strollers. Every day I think about you. Oh, you little baby in your stroller. I have to argue with the other Jews, the Hasids. Eli, you don't get it. They're not just Jews, they're Hasids.
I talk to these Chabad guys. I talk to these Chabad guys, and they tell me in the past life, I was a different kind of Jew. I was a Jew who did bad. So I've been doing good all my life. I don't care what people think of the Chabad guys. They do good work. They do good work for Israel. They're friends with Trump. I don't know about that.
Eli, I'm 1/8 Sephardic, okay? I have a little bit of Orientalism in my blood. So yes, I need some bagged wine and some boxed chocolate milk. What can I say? You don't afford me anything. I'm gonna kill myself, Eli, and you won't even care.
My name is
You won't even
Shmulevitz.
care. You'll marry some fucking pots.
Just talking about Jews all this game is playing. What a great contrast.
Aaron, do you understand? Do you understand? You understand? You're going out with some shiksa. You're going out with some shiksa, and you tell me. You come back and tell me that you're proud that I'm your mother. How can you be proud of me as your mother when you're going around with some shiksa whore and telling her that you're the one, that she's the one who's bearing your...
You're gonna go out with your
she gonna
shiksa
convert?
whore girlfriend. And I can't even say girlfriend. It's your boyfriend. That's what it is to me. She's nothing. I see on her wrists, she can't hide it with bracelets. I see her little tattoos. You know what's gonna happen to you? You're gonna get a tattoo. It's gonna say one name on it, Stacy. And you know what the Jews at the cemetery are gonna see? Nothing. An empty plot. Because you can't be there anymore.
That's true, right?
That is true, yes.
I wish I was there for some of my family's Thanksgivings.
And Angie beat me to saying shiksa.
Ugh.
God damn it. I had to look up how to pronounce it because I knew it was a 50-50. It wasn't Shikes. It was Shikster. Fuck.
Yeah, I remember there was like some alt-right personality, like all the alt-right people were calling themselves like fashy goyettes, and I'm like,
Oh god, how embarrassing.
there's literally a fucking word if you just looked it up.
Yeah.
Could have been at some of my family's Thanksgivings because apparently they mostly consisted in people getting drunk and trying to murder each other.
Fashy goyette is such a funny fucking word.
I feel you should argue at every family festivity. That makes me like it. I'm a debater.
No, I'm not talking about an argument. I'm talking about like one time my like uncle decided that he was going to grab my grandfather and just like beat the shit out of him and try to drown him in the pool outside.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. That's Old Testament shit. Let's go, dude. I'm
Yeah,
gonna go to my Polish wedding, and everybody's, this is such a great wedding. Oh my god, we love Stacy. No, somebody better take Stacy and try to drown her at sea, and I have to stop her.
Because
That's a good event.
because he overheard my grandfather like calling my mother like a fucking like jailbait whore or some shit. She was like fucking 12, I think. So, like,
God,
he tried to
Jesus.
murder. Yeah, he
was
tried
in
to
the
murder
right.
my grandfather. Yeah.
So he's cool.
Yeah.
Cool move. Respect.
Yeah, absolutely.
Chat, don't repeat this advice, but sometimes the best move is to beat the shit out of somebody, and there's no other move. It's not a catch-22. You think it is. You have to beat the shit out of them. That's it.
Yeah.
That's how you
Like,
earn
when it involves
respect.
children or women.
That's the truth.
That's it. It's true.
Yeah.
You know?
It is true.
Can't be beat. And if you lose that fight, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter because you were in the right. Everybody knows.
They
I'm
respect you for it.
Everybody in chat, not everybody. Half of chat, loser, fat virgins. The other half of chat, what the kids would call giga chads. The giga chads know, all right? My giga huns out there, watch out. Your bone structure, you're not ready yet. You're gonna, woo! That's gonna be a whole discussion with your doctor. You were built, maybe if you a little touch of F.E.A.R, fetal alcohol syndrome. If you never heard the term, that would lean out your jaw a little bit. You'd be fine. Informed consent. You sign the documents. You kind of built like a linebacker, ex-Navy SEAL. I don't know what's going on.
Has he ever been to foster care?
No.
Yeah,
Nope.
I got abducted by a CPS at one point because shit at home, and so like they took me, put me in some home, and that was all right, I guess. I couldn't jack off or anything. I couldn't like sit down and like scream to myself or anything. That wasn't allowed because it was like not my own home. So
Why couldn't
like,
you jack off?
Because it wasn't my own home, and I had to like fucking share the room and shit.
Why not
so.
jack off in the washroom?
That's fair, but in any case, the thing
Me,
that happened,
child you, child me, very different personas.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
my first
okay.
thought. I'm in the washroom 24/7. Oh, you gotta take a shit? Well, I gotta drop a nut. All right. I didn't sign. My parents, they might have signed me up for foster care. I don't know what yours did. But they didn't
Damn.
sign me off to no jacking off. All right. NJO.
Major shit is last time I jacked off in front of someone. I was being forced to do it, and I was like 7. But in any case,
Ew, okay.
regardless of that,
Moving on.
I was like fucking, oh shit. Regardless of that, I was in the fucking foster home, and I only spent one night there because I went to fucking. The social worker picked me up after school because they drove me to school. The social worker picked me up after school, and I was like, hey, can I go to the hospital? And she was like, oh, sure. And I got to the hospital, and I was like, finally, I get to be fucking alone.
Did you
Yeah, I get
jack
to
off?
be fucking alone.
That's what's important, Huzzy.
Not yet. I did eventually, but not yet. What happened though was that I was in the hospital bed, and the fucking and social worker was just fucking accompanying me. I was in the hospital bed. They were like doing intake because I said I wanted to kill myself, and the fucking social worker was just sitting there, just being like, I wasn't groomed. I was just outright raped. No grooming involved. But in any case, yeah, like I was like sitting there. The social worker was just sitting there, being like, you know. I was like, could you please leave the room? And she was like, I'm sorry, I can't leave the room because I'm supposed to put you. I'm supposed to be watching you. And I was like, no, can you please leave the room? And she was like, no, I'm sorry. You're my ward. And I was like, hey, EMTs, could you get this woman out of the room, please? And she was like, well, you can't take me out of the room. I'm the guardian. And I was like, the only reason that you are still alive is because it is against the law to kill you, and started lunging at her when she tried to, like, come and, like, touch me for some fucking reason. And the EMTs just, like, grabbed her and were like, ma'am, you need to leave. You need to
Get out, bitch! I need to jack off. God.
Did you jack off?
I think later.
Later, okay. Later.
Once
In the
I got
hospital?
my own room. Once I got my own room.
Oh, Jesus. You have all the time in the world at the hospital. You even have the hospital bathroom. That's just an island of privacy. And you jack off back at home.
As soon as I got to the bathroom, obviously. As soon as I got like to like the fucking private bathroom, yeah.
Good.
That was no problem.
This is a good contrast stream. I'm absolutely killing it at F.E.A.R, and we're discussing child sex abuse and its consequences. Well, Happy New Year, everybody! Never know what's gonna happen when you got Angie on.
Yeah, I never did foster care. My brother almost did foster care. But then
Jesus.
CPS was like, who gives a fuck? Like, we can do litigation for a year and then acquire some fucking mulatto kid, but whatever. Fuck it. Have them.
Happy New Year.
Funeral. Meanwhile, me, I'm like, what? I'm probably 15, 16. I'm like, yeah, jacking off the dudes isn't gay. They're both built like ladies.
Whoa.
You're gonna tell me I'm double twinked up on a Sunday. You're gonna tell me that's gay. Those don't even equate to half a man, let alone a full one.
I'm pretty sure I discovered like yaoi hentai when I was like fucking 10 or some shit.
Based.
And that changed my brain forever.
The first thing I busted to was hardcore lesbian pornography.
I think we've discussed this, Hussy.
Have we?
Nice.
Yeah, it was called We Lived Together because the whole premise was that they were three lesbians and they lived together, which for 2011 was probably pretty revolutionary. In retrospect, not that interesting.
They were all
Lesbians
beating
lived
each
together all
other.
the time. Well, yeah, I don't get to see the lesbians have sex when I hear about it in real life, so that's the toss up, right? They live together, they have sex together. I watch it, I bust. I come. I wanted to say I come, and I was gonna say I bust, and I came out with I bust. I bust. All over my pants.
First time I really jacked off, I was hallucinating that God was telling me that it was okay because the Catholic school had told me that it wasn't.
You were right. If God says it's okay, then it's okay.
That just makes God a groomer.
Groomed by God.
It's okay. Yo, it's okay to jack off. It's totally chill. I do it all the time at home. You want to exchange Discord usernames? We can talk about jacking off all the time. You don't even gotta pray to me. I'm just like on there all the time.
Imagine getting fucking God's Discord name.
Yo, is this really God?
Just some
G0D.
Just like something like creator boy _03 two suit.
Oh fuck! They call me shit. They call me THA the creator with a 0. Fuck. We could exchange like gamer tags if you want. Fuck. Like it's no big deal.
Imagine talking to him over Discord and he just like hits you out of nowhere. I'm thinking of transitioning.
Yo, I shouldn't be alone right now.
Fuck, man. You know what? My username's Yahoo, because they'd be like, who's Yahoo? And I'd be like, Yahweh. And then we exchange numbers. We get to talking shit. It's the whole thing. It's okay to jack off. I don't care what they told you. I didn't even like Jesus wasn't even a dude. Like honest, like the Jews were kind of right. It's okay to jack off. Just do it. Can I be here? Can I watch?
I mean, to be fair, like the whole Jewish and like Protestant thing of like it's okay to jack off is way better of like than like the Catholic thing. Just like my child, it is forbidden to jack off unless I'm the one doing it.
Yeah, children love having things forbidden to them. It definitely makes them not want to do it instead of making them want to do it infinitely more.
Yeah.
Especially for
That's why you
adults.
should never-
Making something
that's why you
sacred
should
and
ne-
forbidden for sure
That's why you
stops people from doing it.
That's why you should never tell a child that it's wrong to murder.
Objectively
Just make them
true.
want to do it more.
Yeah. Never tell a child it's wrong to delete your Spyro 3 save file. They'll do it. They'll immediately do it. And then what, you're gonna beat them up? You're 18. This is a 7-year-old. It doesn't matter about your brothers. It's Spyro 3. You can always get... Okay, you're at 99%. You can get to 100% some other time, dude. Maybe when you're 30, boot up an emulator. You cannot take this child's life. You don't mention it. You don't give him the idea. You just let it pass. You let the thought pass.
So good.
You're gonna be sitting there in court having to explain, Your Honor, it's you can't. You know how hard it is. I did the Gafushal jump. It was a speed running strat. I can't get those stars ever again. It was a fluke, Your Honor. 99%. I was one hat away from 100, and he ruined me. This child ruined me. And what, you gonna point it to the child in the courtroom? He's dead. He passed away. You beat him to death. You cracked his orbital in half with your fucking elbows, like you're Brock Lesnar in his title bout. Not worth it. What you don't you let the thought pass straight through you. All right. That's it. Say, hey, fuck. Just make sure always save on your username, not mine. And then guess what? That's positive encouragement. You don't have to kill him in cold blood. You don't have to put a gun to his head. The age of 18, he's 7. You don't have to do that.
They're so bad, man.
Your Spyro 3 save file is maintained. His Spyro 3 save file is maintained. He's none the wiser. You're none the wiser. You're right with God.
Yeah, you just don't put ideas in people's heads.
No, dude, you can't do it.
That's something people don't get. You don't put ideas in people's heads.
Don't draw Spyro cutting up a turd at Subway.
If you're constantly...
Look, guess what I'm gonna do?
If you're in a fucking constant mental battle with someone, and you don't tell them, hey, don't do this, because that's the first fucking thing they're going to do.
Chat, you know that one where Spyro is cutting up a turd at Subway?
I do know that. That's fucking crazy that someone drew that picture.
You know why somebody drew that? Because somebody told him not to.
God.
Somebody might have been God even. I wouldn't put it past them. That is forbidden. That is unallowable. That is sacrilege. But the second something is unallowed, it's allowed vis-a-vis the human spirit.
So what you're saying is that Spyro image is actually a triumph of the human spirit.
I just had a realization. I did have just a realization.
Yeah,
though.
dude.
If you have a relative that you just fucking hate, very easy way to get back at them. You take your kid to the pill cabinet, and you say, you see this? This is Uncle Ben's precious Percocet. This is his precious Vicodin right here. Don't take all these. Don't take any of these. Especially do not take some of them and flush them down the toilet. And whatever you do, don't give a whole bunch of them to me.
And don't jack me off.
Mad.
I would be so mad if you jacked me off right now and I was recording on my DSLR. Don't do that! Do you know how much Vicodin costs? Let alone therapy? You know how many years of therapy that would take to mend you, to make you back to normal? Don't jack me off. I'm your uncle, not your friend. I can tell you
these things. Basically, this is primarily a strategy for making your uncle live in unbearable pain. I'm not sure where the jacking off thing comes into play, but if you want to do that, that's an okay add-on, I guess. Main thing is making sure that your uncle lives in unbearable agony every second of his life for the forthcoming month, and maybe even kills himself because of it, because he lost all of his Percocet and What the fuck doctor is going to believe that a guy really lost all of his perks?
Don't buy the dip! Tyler, you're so stupid. Don't buy the dip, Tyler! Don't buy up my useless stock, Tyler! It's a horrible idea! It'll never go anywhere. Don't buy the dip, Tyler! Don't jack me off either. No! I'm not gonna expect this one. Tyler, we got a hold. Don't buy the dip!
Dope number, man. Telling your doctor that you're going to kill yourself isn't going to get you a Xanax prescription. It's like getting fucking harder and
It's
harder.
gonna put you in
to get
jail,
them
you
so bad.
fucking idiot. No offense, but that's gonna put you in the psych ward, dumbass. They're not gonna give you
They're
benzos.
going to put you in a special form of jail with just like a whole bunch of female pedophiles who just like monitor you all the time.
You know how you get benzos? 1, be a woman. 2, be a woman about 40, 50 years ago. There you go. You want benzos now?
Yeah.
Find a pill mill, motherfucker. God damn, you people are so fucking dull. They're blunted.
You
America's
can get
most
benzos
blunted. Y'all
if you,
motherfuckers are dull.
You can get benzos if you like find like a psychopharmacologist that costs like $5 million. That's about it.
It's easier to, hypothetically, get benzos illegally and test them, make sure they're not a fent analog, than it is to get them from a doctor. Sorry, buddy, you picked one of the most controlled substances known to mankind. You're better off just getting Addy.
No worries, man. No worries, man. Yeah, it's fucking difficult to get any kind of pills, which is great if you're the kind of person who relies on pills in order to not kill yourself.
Yeah, it's pretty sick when you need, you know, the tiniest amount of Adderall to get by, and your doctor's like, oh, you have narcolepsy? I mean, Adderall might give you a panic attack. I guess we'll just not give you this, and we can argue about it for the next 4 to 5 years.
Yeah, I love hearing stories about just like fucking like surgeons who are like, oh, you need to recover. Well, you need to take some acetaminophen. You need to take some Tylenol.
Yeah, some
for that."
Tylenol
It's just like,
XS.
yeah, you need extra strength Tylenol.
Yeah, that'll fix you. I just took a bone out of your back. That'll fix you as
I don't know,
Tylenol.
Nendroid.
Oh, you want perks? Oh, I'm so. You wanted pain relief? These are designed for pain relief. But I can give you something that was designed for anti-inflammation, also known as Tylenol.
Yeah.
Extra strength. It's just as good as Percocets. That's why there's a black market for Tylenol, because it's really good.
Someone says
Tylenol isn't even like
DGen Angie's stream when Angie would talk for 4 hours and DGen would say 4 words. I can tell how the dynamic would go.
I would give her a fucking fair.
No, you wouldn't.
DGen needs to be prompted to talk. I'm not sure if you've noticed
That's
this.
why I would be good with DGen, because I just say crazy shit at DGen, not mean shit. I just say wild card bullshit, and she'd respond
Yes,
earnestly.
DGen needs to
And
be
that's what we
prompted.
back and forth.
Yes.
Not reading CSA statistics, or in Serb's case, ranting about fucking Lego Death Stars in baseball.
Jesus Christ.
What? That's what he does.
He does. Yes, he does. Oh
That's
god.
what he does. It's crazy. The things that hurt Serb the most are the things that are true. It's like just you bring a mirror up to a boy and he looks in the mirror and he realizes he's fractured from his mother. He realizes he's uniquely himself, and it terrifies the ever-loving hell out of him.
He's uniquely himself.
Like, come on! What the fuck? This is what you do!
Yeah.
Upset? This is what you do. It's like if somebody told me, "Oh, Austin, what do you do all day? You fucking jail and play chess, and you're fucking wearing a damp skirt that probably smells like ciggies and ketchup." Yes, that's me. It doesn't. I don't like ketchup. So it's probably the faintest whiff of Miracle Whip, but nothing more. Sheesh. Yeah, Hatsune got it. That was a Lacan reference. Yeah, I've heard of Lacan through my various art school lectures in passing. I'm a pretty smart guy.
So good.
Yeah, I bought 10 books in the past month and have read about 20 pages of 1,000 Plateaus. I'm pretty smart. Yeah. It's good for me to be off of stimulants.
What the fuck is that book on the bench over there? What the fuck was that book on the bench over there?
It's how to win friends and influence people.
Let me have a look.
This is just what Stephen Paddock sees.
I fucking love just like retarded books like that.
Event Horizon found.
Oh shit. Found an Event Horizon. That's gotta be good.
Yeah, they found the lost footage.
Pretty good. I'm gonna throw that one at my girlfriend. She's gonna get very mad at me.
Yeah, I love fucking books for retarded people. Just like how to influence people's like 20 steps to becoming the leadership expert.
Social hacking people, like they're like, oh yeah, I'm gonna hack this conversation, just like being a social
to be
retard.
Fair to Dale Carnegie, I've read about half of the book. It's not bad, but it makes you act like an autistic man from 1952, which is what he was. Well, not an autistic, but you know, now in this current landscape, you will come off as an autistic man from the 50s. Whereas then, if you did everything he was telling you to do, you'd just be a normal, albeit probably a little bit aloof, weird, meandering, slightly charismatic guy from the 50s.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, one of the first tips in the book is say their name a lot. People like hearing their names, and it's like, okay, well, I immediately cannot apply this advice, because if I come in the stream and I'm like, Rocky, hey Rocky, do you like movies? Rocky, you sound like a dog.
You do sound like a dog, yeah.
You sound like a dog. So, but you know, parts of, like, there's one piece of advice there that I didn't take to heart. I already fucking, you know these things if you're not stupid. No offense, a lot of people in chat are socially retarded. A good bit of advice if you're socially retarded is when people like you, they like doing things for you.
Yes.
They like doing you favors because they like helping you. It's something I had to teach my girlfriend. She was stressed about letters of recommendation for universities, and I was like, well, you understand these professors, not only do they like you, they love you. And that's one of the few acts of good they could do within their field, is to simply kind of upholster someone, push them up, give them a little sign of approval, and send them off. But but this doesn't mean, like, go up to your fucking would-be girlfriend and be like, could you help? I'm moving. Could you help? I gotta get my fridge out of my apartment. Could you help me do that? You're big and strong. No, it means, like, I don't know, just little things. I gotta go. Oh, I guess you can't. If you're getting tested for COVID, you shouldn't be with anyone. But I'm gonna go get my fucking COVID shot. Maybe I haven't been feeling all too well this week. It would be nice if somebody was with me. Do you want to go with me? It would really help me out. Or you could walk my dog. Like, I feel weak or something. You could walk my dog while we're out. We could have a nice little date. Micro date. We're out. Goodbye. People love that.
It's great.
Because it means you're thinking of them. They're thinking of you. And it's a trust fall. And if they say no, it's no big deal either. But if they say yes, it's like, oh, well, great.
Mr. Action 436. You guys got girlfriends. What's your secrets? And then later, as a person who made the same IQ as Christian, how do I get a girlfriend?
Be funny and attractive. That's literally it.
No, be funny or attractive.
Okay,
attractive.
Yeah. First of all, I have a boyfriend, so that's not the case for me. I have a boyfriend, not a girlfriend.
Someone says, homie, you have to ask to suck her dick. No, that's literally the one thing you must never do, you idiot.
No, she has to let you suck her dick. That's the difference here. That's a trust fall.
Look at her.
It is. It literally is.
As a girlfriend myself, yeah, it is literally just being funny and or attractive.
Or just like people and listen to them and be there for them. I don't know, be a fucking person. No offense to all you incels in chat, but there's a reason there's a marked, stark difference between incels and fem-cels. Fem-cels are experiencing something that is pretty ununique. That's basically just the female experience as being a fem-cel. Incels are experiencing complete self-aggrandization. It's like, no one gives a fuck about you. You don't matter. Figure that out. You're fine, dude. You're just some fucking putz in Ohio. Figure it out. Who gives a fuck? You're probably not ugly. You might look like an egg, but I don't know. Stop shaving your head. Go get haircuts. The Filipino lady will do your hair up real nice. Figure it out. Wear nice clothes. Go thrifting. Get some pussy. Figure it out.
Yeah, I swear to fucking God, anyone who thinks that, like, their appearance, like, totally determines that there's, like, nothing that they can ever do to get, like, someone to love them. That's not true. Have you ever seen what women jack off to in their spare time? Most psychotic shit ever. Like, I look at the shit that women jack off to, and it's like fucking insane. You'll see like 50 women who just go to sleep every single fucking day, just like just fucking thinking about Danny DeVito and nothing else.
It is true.
Women
They won't
already
think how to
exist in
think
a realm
other
of
guys.
pure appearance.
Danny DeVito.
Well, let's get this out of the way. Danny DeVito, he's very
funny.
cute and he's very funny. He's a cute man, fat or otherwise. I think he's much skinnier in One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest.
Yeah.
But, you know, some guys you could be fat and get away with it. Most people in chat, you're not that guy.
Even if you look weird, you can develop being cute and funny. You can develop that as like a choice.
Mm.
And I'm gonna put a stopgap here for chat. We're not gonna mention Adam Driver, Willem Dafoe, or Buscemi. Look up picture those. Well, no, don't eat. For Adam Driver, he's already young. Adam Driver's not ugly. He's barely idiosyncratic. He just looks model hot, aka model ugly. You know what I mean? Unique. Hollywood doesn't like unique-looking people. Defoe and Buscemi, if you look up pictures of them when they're young, they look model hot, aka model ugly. None of you are those people. Those people are distinctly attractive. Most of you are probably 5, 6, 6s out of 10. 5, 6s, some 7s. Shit, we're gonna get probably 8s and 9s. You think they're 4s and 3s. All right? Stop.
What would you rate me, hussy?
First of all, that's such a girl move. That's such a woman move. Do not pull that on me. That's
I'm
what
pulling
you do all the
pulling
time.
that on you.
Why don't you rate me? And then you're like 2, and they're like, oh god, you hate me.
I'm doing a woman move on you.
I don't do ratings, dude. You're attractive. You know that.
Yeah.
Don't try to trip me up.
I'm an 8? Oh shit, nice.
I'm actually pretty and funny, but not social. Why are you here? Why are you here? I take that into question. It's
Somebody said I'm an 8. I can die happy now.
Well, if you're just not social, then I can like empathize with you because that just means you're some kind of fucking schizoid.
Well, that's
And
me.
As a schizoid, it's okay. You just have to learn how to act.
As a schizoid, you gotta put yourself in the situations where people find you. That's it.
Yeah.
That's
Exactly.
all. Because there are extroverted schizoids and introverted schizoids, and extroverted schizoids love to babysit introverted schizoids all the time. I did that with my girlfriend. I've had other people do it to me. That's if you're a schizoid and you're in chat, you are at the peak, dude. You're at the precipice of greatness. You don't listen to any of this. You're golden, dude. You know it. Because you don't got any of the ego shit. You're not a fucking weak beta, fucking spineless loser. You're just a freak. It's good to be a freak. You're fine.
Yeah, okay,
Most of our audience are autistic, by the
let's
way.
be honest. Most of the people here aren't schizoid. Yeah, that's
That's
true.
true.
That's true.
Here's the thing. I don't care. Because you know who else? A lot of these types of people, I think they're called women. They have autism, and most people don't even notice it. Why? Because they have to spend their entire lives in a world of appearances among other women, and if they slip up even once, they're hounded on and pounced upon, and everybody aims for the throat. The claws come out, but with male autism, you're encouraged to scream in 5th grade about how somebody took your Thomas the Tank Engine, and everybody kind of does golf claps for you because it's okay to be that within this society.
Thank you, I do have a nice chin.
There's no conflict.
If you're autistic, the prime advice I can give is just like, if you hate yourself, stop hating yourself. That's I think probably the biggest one. If you're like constantly being like, I suck, I'm a piece of shit, nobody's going to like me, then you're just creating self-defense.
And you're right, and I don't, because you're annoying.
If you're autistic, here's the secret.
Yeah.
Listen, look, if you're autistic and over 6 feet tall, just go find like a weird autistic trans woman. That's what you need to do.
And if you're 5'11", go find a gun.
Yeah.
You're in the same crew as me. We're on the poop deck, fucking scrubbing the aisles, motherfucker. 1 inch away from greatness.
There was a boy I met. He was a bisexual guy I met off OkCupid, and he had sets of keys. and he could just tell you everything about those keys. And oh my God, it was I found myself slowly falling in love with that strange man. He would just talk about his keys. Which,
Oh boy.
what you need
That's the thing.
is to have passion about something. And to be able to passionately discuss, not baseball, not fucking baseball cards or any of that gay shit. You need to be able, you need to be
It can be baseball, but it can't just be baseball.
No.
All right. Because like if somebody's really into baseball and they have that same amount of autistic passion for say like I don't know manga, right? But not because autistic people like to claim that they're really into something, and then it's at the it's just a dip below the surface level. Like you see, you know what I mean? Like a bisexual white woman, 19, really into anime and manga, but it's like, oh, I'm really into Attack on Titan and Boku no Hero Academia. It's like, okay, you can have shit taste, but like, do you ever analyze why these things are good? Like, could if I sat you down and said, talk about your favorite mangaka for an hour, could you do it? You know what I mean? Like, because when people like Sean Moorhead, not to bring him up, not to indict him, Sean Moorhead on Twitter is a very nice guy. I think I've said at one point in time that he is like the Dante to Rocky's Virgil, because they both have anime AVIs, but completely different tones. Although Rocky softened up over the years.
It is true.
He's a big laughable. What are the kids? Gustling Gus or whatever.
Something like that. I don't know.
The point here is, Sean Moorhead is, from my understanding, a scanlator, and makes most of his money that way. Sean knows manga like the motherfucking back of his hand. Not just writing, not just who made what, when, why, but like drawing, application, execution, timelines, deadline. Like he gets it. And you can look, if you sat Sean Moorhead down with the most normie woman of all time, I guarantee you he could muster a good conversation with her, speaking purely on just like fucking Baki or something. You know what I mean? Or some Moe shit or Moe shit. Like he could, because he's passionate. He's truly passionate about it.
Yes.
But he's also in the film. That's the cincher here. Because if you have two things that you're devoutly passionate about, and one's very autistic and one's just regular autistic, if all that manga discussion doesn't work with the girl, if he leaps in the film and she has even a cursory knowledge of film, you know what people love hearing about? Honestly, I've experienced it. If you describe a film to them, a film that you love devoutly, how it was made, why it was made, what came of it, the cultural impact, people love that. They learn a whole art cultural history off of that.
I could literally talk about Japanese cinema for like 3 hours straight. I think I've done that once.
I have fucking music theory autism, which is also a useful one, because most people listen to music. If someone just doesn't like music in general, then you should get away from them, I think.
Yeah.
Well, because they're lying. Everybody likes music.
They're either lying or there's nothing in there. They're just a body walking around.
Yeah.
Correct.
Now, I had a kid like that. He would only listen to Sonic the Hedgehog music, like straight up Sonic soundtracks. And me and this other kid, Daniel, would try to... And yes, Daniel, not Daniel. Dennniel. Don't ask me. Filipinos are fucking weird. But we would bully this kid, Brian, into explaining why he liked Sonic music and no other kinds of music. And every discussion would go as such. Hey, Brian, what's your favorite Sonic soundtrack? Sonic 06. Why? Oh, well, it's one with Sonic in it. What specifically about it? Oh, it's just a lot of like Sonic-related lyrics and music writing. Okay. Is there anything un-Sonic related to it that you like? Well, it's just it was in that game. It was in Sonic 06. It was a great. Okay, no, Brian, that's fine. Do you like is there any other music you like? Sonic 3. That's the one that Michael Jackson did, right? I don't know what you're talking about. Never mind. Do you what do you like about it that's not Sonic? I don't know. Yes, you do. What is it? I don't know. And then we did this to him like every week for 2 years. He was a fucking idiot. It's like, dude, I don't care how much like he had Asperger's for sure. He had autism, but he wasn't autistic enough to like justify. Absolutely, just he would get mad at, like, we'd talk about music and he would get mad. He'd be like, I don't know anything about it, so it doesn't matter. It's like, you listen to Sonic 06 all day. You're not even playing the game. You listen to his world. Dude, what are you? You're gonna get no pussy.
just gotta interject. Fucking.
That was it. I'm done with that.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I don't know much about XL Saga. I saw like probably some bit probably years ago, but Puni Puni Poemi I fucking actually did enjoy a lot. No shame in liking that as long as you're passionate about it.
Yeah.
As long as you can figure out like what you like about it, why you like it, what's the craft that goes into it. No problem liking that. Get very into it. That's cool. Also, I was about to say music autism is very useful. Yeah, almost everyone likes music except for the people who are lying or just bodies without souls.
NPCs.
The thing is, if you can tell someone, okay, this is the chord progression that goes on in this song, this is cool because this is doing something that you wouldn't expect with it or whatever, people fucking love that. There's like shitloads of like music YouTube guys who just like do that all day and they get like 5 million subscribers and it's literally just like describing some like 80s pop song through like a music theory lens.
Or
And
when
people
they
fucking love that.
Or like when you my favorites, they'll have like a chord or something, and they'll go through all the patches. And they'll play a patch, and then they'll immediately cut to a popular song that used that specific patch because this was like a fucking probably $100,000 device at the time. Not a chord, but there were like keyboards that you could only afford if you were like, you know, you were in the fucking big leagues. So they all had access to the same things. Like they weren't, you know, they're not putting out new fucking patches and shit all the time. Chad, if you don't know what a patch is, from my understanding, a patch is like the fucking, you know, you load. It's like a sound font with video games, right? It's like a little menu of sounds that you go between. So you'll get a lot of popular songs that are actually using the same fucking patches. And if you put them back to back, it's insane because you realize, holy shit, every song from 1981 to 1984 used the same fucking patch. Or even you can have shit where it's like this song used this type of chord progression, and then every single popular song for the next like 2 years used a very similar chord progression because of that song, undoubtedly. And that is amazing, especially because music is distinctly hard. It is hard to talk about. It's a hard one to talk about, and people like talking about music. But if you're not playing music as you talk about it, you know, it can be hard to analyze quite why you enjoy, you know, an Elliott Smith. Like singer-songwriters are pretty easy, but like, shit, I don't analyze why you like fucking Playboy Cardi and try to bring up anything other than it bumps in the whip. Like it's a dinger. You know, it's hard. It's straight up hard. But if you can do that, it's great. Because people, especially with rap, like I worked with a guy who was he was trying to be a producer, not like a beat maker rather, but like the guy who actually like he mixed and mastered the sounds. Damn. Angie's got that sine wave mic.
Damn, Angie.
But anyway.
My mind.
Oh my God, Angie.
Yeah, you're chirping out. You're not even doing robot voice. We're in the.
Oh my God. We're going back into the
on the mic. It's probably your laptop.
Unknown origin.
Get hella fucked when your shit goes down in battery or like overheats.
Yeah.
Anyways, this guy, he wanted the mix and master shit. But generally now the only availability you get in terms of job opportunity is you're the sound guy for shows, which isn't too bad, or you're the sound guy for like the news, which isn't too bad per se, but sucks if you want to do music. But we were just putting on fucking hits on hits on hits, and we were coming to all these conclusions specifically about rap, and it was like, I don't know, this is a very elementary conclusion to make, but like he put on Blade. I don't know if you're supposed to say Blady or Blady. I say Blade, but whatever. Blady, for sake of convenience. And then I'd never heard really like Blady before, and I was like, damn, this is the Young Lean shit. He's all up on Young Lean shit. And then I play Young Lean after he plays Blady, and then he puts another guy after that, and I put another guy after that, and we're just going. It's almost like a reverse musical history that we're coming to post hoc. It's sick. If you start talking about music like that, it's the funnest shit in the world.
That's great.
My mic any better right now?
Yeah, that's good.
Yes.
Alright, cool. Sometimes it just freaks out. I don't know why.
Ladies. But yeah, music's hard.
Yeah, someone in the chat Someone in the chat says you want if you could like take some random anime songs, show them to a music theorist. Thing is, most anime songs, most Japanese songs use like one particular chord progression. That's the major 4, major 5, minor 3, minor 6. It's very useful because it like has this dominant function, this propelling function. It constantly trying to resolve to something but never really resolves down until like the very end when you introduce the number 1 chord.
Yeah,
And
like an anime OP.
That's yeah. Da 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 da. That's how it sounds. And if you ever hear that kind of progression in an anime song, you can hear it. You can hear it in like Shinsei Kamate-chan, like the Japanese alternative band. A lot of their songs do it. You can hear it in like fucking what's it called? You can hear it in God Knows from Haruhi Suzumiya. Just like a shitload of anime songs and J-pop songs in general use that because it never really lets you resolve. So it feels like you're just being propelled constantly.
Hell yeah. It's a good lead-in for an episode.
Yeah, exactly.
Or to just, you know, to be... Because, yeah, a lot of Japanese music is rather chipper. Right? But it can't just have, like, a happy birthday to... You know what I mean? Like, it still has... There has to be some hype element to it.
Yeah, you have to, yeah, like one of the things it's useful for is like a lot of the times the lyrics are like, you've gone away and I'm waiting for you, I'm longing for you and whatnot, and that fits with the chord progression because like the chord progression keeps longing for the tonic chord to resolve to, but it just never gets there unless you finally put it there at the very end.
Bittersweet.
Yeah.
That's the core of a lot of Japanese music too, is bittersweetness. Even city pop.
Yeah.
There is a distinct bittersweetness to it.
There is, yeah.
Yeah, you use a lot of like major 7th chords in city pop and in like yacht rock of that era too, like in America or Britain or whatnot, just because like major 7ths are useful for establishing that sort of feeling. They're kind of dissonant because, you know, the major 7th interval, that's basically the same as just playing 2 like adjacent keys, like the C key and the C sharp key right at the same time, except they're very distant. They're distanced from each other, so it doesn't sound nearly as bad. Plus you got all these other tones in the chord that balance it out, make it sound nicer. So it has that sort of ambiguous feeling. It's like you're suspending it while still maintaining a sense of direction.
Yeah, so chat, you want to know how you get somebody? Not that, again, you're not trying to manipulate people here, but let's say you're into the music, right? You look up, let's see, you know, 8 famous 7th chord song progressions with tabs, right? Some guy playing guitar. Oh, let's look. What are the ones that immediately come to mind? Right now, off the bat, I'm seeing Crazy by Gnarls Barkley. You all know that one. And Careless Fucking Whisper by George Michael. There you go. You've now figured out, in a sense, why something works, or why it could work, what it does, the emotion it puts across. Music isn't science. Well, actually, music is more science than people would like to admit, but the whole goal is not to achieve some sort of objective analysis, but rather to understand why you like the things you like, because it's fun then to talk about why you like the things you like, because you then understand them, or at least think you do. And if somebody says, hey, you don't understand it, and then you have a back and forth, and if they're not a shithead, that's called a conversation or a debate. But we don't debate here. You don't debate on Twitch. You can debate in person between friends. That's different. Friendly debate is fun. Debating on Twitch is bitch made.
AIDS.
But yeah, that's it, right? Now you know Gnarls Barkley, Careless Whisper. If you ever forget what a major 7th is, look those songs up. Look up a video about it. And if you really want to get into what I experience with, and I want to get back into making music, but I have listened to a lot of music over the years, and I was always admittedly a bit upset that I never fully processed why I liked what I liked, because with film, I'm rather adept at that. I can analyze films pretty well. Like, I read Hess's script, won't say anything, personal NDA, of course, great script. I can tell Hess exactly why it was great, where it didn't work. What could be improved on? Honestly, it's pretty ironclad. Good shit, right? Somebody sent me a piece of music, I'd be chomping at the bit to say something would be lacking in terms of knowledge, which isn't necessarily a bad thing, but me, I like to know things. So, for me, I'm not going to read books on music theory. I couldn't give less of a shit. What I will do is try to make music, and in learning music, I then learn through osmosis, or rather directly most of the time, music theory, because you have to. It's unavoidable.
Yeah.
Music is math. Math is music.
Yes.
Damn.
Yeah, word of advice to anyone who's interested in like making music and like learning music theory or anything like that. Word of advice, like check out like microtonal stuff, because that's like one of the easiest ways of like figuring out like why certain things work and why certain things don't. Because like when you're getting down to it, like every like whenever you're playing like a normal song, you're playing in like a temperament that's like an approximation of like pure ratios. If you take those pure ratios by themselves, though, they start to sound out of tune if they're not like specifically tuned to one note. So like when you're playing a major chord, you're basically just like playing the harmonic series, for instance. And so all of like what makes something sound good or not is usually based on the harmonic series. So if you figure out what the harmonic series is doing, that gives you a really good key to figuring out what's going on with everything based on that, approximating it, whatever.
Contextual.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Music is very, very contextual. Even sequencing on an album, people don't really think about that either. But sequence, the reason your favorite albums are your favorite albums is much in part due to fucking sequencing. Things have to fall into place exactly how they should, otherwise the whole thing falls apart. And that, works with regards to the nitty-gritty, the intricacies. They're not just notes in isolation, they're notes in tandem.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, one of my favorite albums, Sing to God, is just like Disc 2 is just like fucking intense song after intense song after intense song. And
Sing
then
Howdy Partner.
right in the middle it has like a little breather with like
Oh god, Angie!
dialogue and shit.
Oh, that caught me mid-vape. This bitch is chirping.
Wee! Ooh-wee!
Sound chip in your computer.
I'm
That's so fucking.
Oh god!
Yeah, she's deaf on a laptop.
That bitch is chirping.
Fuck, what was I gonna say? Oh, ill-tempered man in chat. You got the wrong idea, brother. You should say, the thing is, I don't know shit about music theory, but honestly... Oh, wait, no, never mind. That's right. What did you say over here? Maybe this is why I don't understand music theory, because I'm not a math autist. No. People understand... The fucking issue with how we lay out the sciences nowadays is all these sciences are deeply fucking interlinked. Philosophy was not so arbitrarily removed from science until, like... very recently, from my understanding. Past, I don't know, fucking...
I feel like I don't have
300, 500 years?
I feel like I just don't have the brain to learn this shit.
Nah, you do.
Yeah, they had like fucking natural philosophy.
Angie, you sound terrible. Oh my god.
Yeah, I
Nah,
know I
but-
sound terrible, but I'm not squeaking.
Oh, yeah,
and
you're good.
I'm not playing a drill right now.
Alright. Yeah, but like how like I don't feel like I have the capacity to learn a ton of this shit.
Everybody has the capacity to learn unless you're fucking Forrest Gump. I maintain that.
Yeah.
I'll maintain that till I die. And even if Forrest Gump had the capacity to learn, otherwise there wouldn't be much of a movie, would there? And it's a dog shit movie, granted, but still.
He
All
learned
right?
a lot about chocolates and what goes in them.
And the boxes, too. Don't forget about that. His mom sucked off a guy to get him in the school. She learned something that day, I'll tell you what.
We all learn something at some point or another in our lives.
But yeah, philosophy was essentially physics until around Galileo. I'm not going to argue on that. That sounds about right, even though we're both probably severely wrong. But there's okay. So it's just why would the distinction be made? You know what I mean? As a scientist or a mathematician, would you not be embracing, or approaching, let alone embracing philosophy in your day-to-day expenditures and in your quote-unquote experiments, your theories? Or otherwise, what's the point? What's the point of any experiment if it's not going to influence thought, and thoughts had to be hinted at to even achieve the experiment. The way we have science nowadays is essentially a completely pointless endeavor because science without philosophy is just toil. That's it. Yeah, Newton was a big step too.
To be fair, Newton also believed in alchemy. He was also very, very big on alchemy.
Yeah, a lot of these dudes had
And Unitarianism.
I would not idiosyncratic for the time, but what to us would be very idiosyncratic beliefs because they're so well learned and scholarly. It's like, yeah, well,
probably even idiosyncratic for the time because like there weren't that many people being like, yeah, Christianity is true, but the Trinity isn't real, and also the Bible is a manual for turning lead into gold.
That sounds sick though.
It's a goon.
Yeah.
I wish that was true, bro. We could live out FMA. That'd be tight as hell.
My great-grandfather wrote a whole book about how the Bible is like the last surviving record of like an ancient civilization that was like the first to invent language.
Was he Jewish?
Oh, later, of course.
That's not the Jewish great-grandfather.
Okay.
The Jewish great-grandfather is the side where people would murder each other.
Now we're talking. That's my side of the family.
Incredible.
But yeah, how did I? Okay. So I was bullying a guy in chat, not bullying, but trying to learn him something. Look, man, I'm not saying when I say music is math and math is music. What I mean is that everything is interlinked. If you look in the music theory, you will slowly, if not immediately, realize that a lot of it is based on mathematics. But that shouldn't come across to you as like a blockade for your knowledge. It's not and also, by the way, many musicians, if not the majority nowadays, don't know fuck all about music theory. They learn it via osmosis. You think Billie Eilish knows shit about any of this? Actually, she probably does. Her parents, I guarantee, because her brother is a producer, I think, and her parents seem
Happy
to be
New Year,
freaks in
King.
that way. She probably does.
Didn't she
Happy New Year.
Didn't she have something to do with like fucking Juilliard or some shit?
I guarantee her parents are rich. She's an industry plant, but you know she's a pop star. They're all industry plants.
Yeah.
So it's like she's good at singing. I fuck with her. I'm not an Eilish stan, but you know, big titty brigade. I'm coming on through. Respect. It's just anywhere, man. There's mathematics in fucking film. The rule of thirds, like the Fibonacci spiral.
Exactly.
Anything.
Oh, damn.
It's all interlinked, man. This isn't even like a conspiracy theory. Any artist, any philosopher, any mathematician, any scientist will tell you as much if they're not a fucking hack. That should not be a scary phenomenon. That should be a very freeing phenomenon because that means even in learning something as simple per se as chess, you learn so much about the world around you.
Mm-hmm.
64 squares. Fuck, man. I'm learning chess right now. Sure, I'll probably stop in a few months from now. I'll probably be dog shit, fucking 1,000 elo. Doesn't matter. I'm having fun. I'm learning shit about life playing chess.
That's the way to do it.
That's just online. Man, imagine if you playing Chess Central Parks from 1982. You know how many good stories you get from the fucking homeless, from the fucking freaks who sit there all day. The old Chinese motherfuckers just spit in the lawn and they checkmate you in 3. They had that shit planned out from the start of the game. We're fucking 100 moves in. You know how much you learn? This is all from online chess, dude. This is the worst kind of chess. I'm learning so much. What's my opening repertoire? I do, I'm pretty basic. If I'm white, I usually do Queen's Gambit. And
happy fucking
hey, Deep
if I'm
Cycle.
black, I do the Karo Khan because I like the Karo Khan. I think it's tight. I like gambits. I'm trying to learn a bunch of gambits. Gambits make chess fun. Gay shit is doing like the French defense or whatever. All the the London opening. Fuck off. You want a stalemate? Suck my balls, dude. Fuck you. We're not in a tournament. It's fun. It's fun. And when you encounter people in real life who they lock in on their preferred hobbies and they latch onto it for dear life and they don't want to learn anything about the world, it's like, congratulations, you met a fucking dullard. Move on. No offense, that happens to be a lot of women in the world. But, however, men, it's a lot of men too.
It is true. There are a lot of people.
It manifests differently, and women will be outwardly dismissive, and men will be aggressive with it. Oh, I don't want. I have to. It has to be baseball cards. It's the only thing I care about. It's like, okay, all right. Oh, and there's definitely nothing mathematically related, economically related, socially related to baseball cards. And I'm not picking on syrup here. It's just a good example.
Depending on how my voice sounds, this will sound either very cheesy or very psychotic, but you have to have love in order to understand any of these things.
Yes.
Yeah, you have to care. When you care, other people care. I'll leave it at that. Honestly, if you care about something, if you truly care about something, other people will care. All right. Now, if you're gonna care about fucking Rubik's cubing, I don't know what to tell you. You're dead in the water. You can care about that. Maybe care about something else that more people care about. Look, my point here is not absolutely ironclad, but you can't be entirely insular with everything. But you will realize, in doing, the age-old adage about go out, meet people, go to clubs, do such and that, X and Y and Z, and do yoga, do Pilates, do chess. Yeah, well, now you can't. It's fucking COVID and all that, but you gotta fucking do something. What are you gonna rot in your apartment all day? You're not gonna meet anybody in your fucking apartment. You've already met yourself, met your parents. You gotta go out, man. You gotta do something.
True. It's all true.
You gotta give a fuck about something. Alright? And let's be real, if you're really into manga and anime and cartoons and video games, guess what? Everybody else is. Literally everybody else is. From age 35 to 0. You are now the new normal. So if you still can't muster a conversation with the big titty goth GF at 7-Eleven about anything, which, first of all, not the place to be having this conversation, but let's say you're some type of quote-unquote giga chad and you want to bother her at her job, fine, be my guest. But if you can't get her into a wonderful conversation about the things she's passionate about, because she's dressed up like motherfucking Lydia Dietz on acid. She likes some of the things you like, buddy, and if she doesn't, why don't you listen to some fucking Joy Division? It'll cost you about 45 minutes, alright? Ian Curtis is dead. They're not gonna release any more new albums. Figure it out.
This has been Hussey's life advice, everybody. This has been a great stream. This has been such a nice little after party.
Well, yeah, I'm the mean guy. Nope. I want the best for all of them.
I went to a bookstore in LA and I saw a recommendation for the very controversial manga Elfen Lied there. And I went up to the cashier and I said, hey, whoever wrote that recommendation, tell them they have great taste. And then the cashier said, oh, I was the one who wrote that recommendation. So I talked to her for like 15 minutes straight about like Elfen Lied and Higurashi and whatnot.
Good. That's what you do. And then you could have made a friend.
A guy about Joe Rogan and aliens for like 30 fucking minutes.
That's great.
It was sick. Like the dude, nothing else was going on in the store. I had nothing else going on. Fuck it, dude. Let's stop. We were talking about COVID, conspiracies, aliens. Fuck it. I got my vape juice. I'm good. We're both bored. I'm up for it. Cause I give a fuck. Has anyone here ever read Hog? I'm sure you're reading Hog all day, brother. Right across the lips.
Wait, which Hog?
Like a penis. Sorry, that was actually genuine. I thought you were struggling with the bit, but I realized that was a genuine question then. David, what's he gonna write about? Oh, I hid in a closet for 10 minutes. Congratulations, dude. How's your pillow startup going? Oh wait, it's dissolved. Congratulations, man.
I don't see any bullet holes.
That other bitch with the buzz cut? Where are you? Disappeared. You're still hiding in the closet. Apparently, never left the fucking school. Jesus.
I don't know.
Imagine there just being like a school shooting holdout, just like the guys in Japan who thought that World War II was still going on for like 4 years. Just someone being like, "It's not safe to leave yet. It's not safe to leave the closet yet. We're still on lockdown." And they're just like, "Jeff, you're 45 years old. This isn't even a high school anymore."
This is a commune for the mentally disabled. This isn't even a facility.
You've been here for 20 years.
For retarded people. You've been here for the past 30 years.
Will you take me to
Still out
school?
there, I can hear the bullets.
Civil War is gonna start.
Well, no, but he's got to be reloading.
You died at that school.
In the shooting.
Jeff.
You have to let
Jeff.
go, Jeff.
Jeff. Here's what actually happened. The killer opened the closet. He found you. He threw away the gun. And he decided to have gay sex with you right then and there.
He abandoned his violent crusade.
For you. You've been in a catatonic state for what seems to you like 30 years, but what is really 50 minutes.
You were raped, Jeff.
You were raped, Jeff. Wake up. You were raped, Jeff. It wasn't about the shooting. It was about the rape. He loved you, but he took it too far. You have to move on.
That wasn't about love,
Gym
Jeff.
class. You're in the middle of the track. We're doing the beep test. Jeff, you have to move. Jeff, if you're not gonna move on, I'm gonna have to shovel you. Like, I'm gonna have to push you in the. I can't do this. This is my job. I can't do. You know I'm fucking that 14-year-old over there. You know I'm gonna go off with him to Mexico in about a month from now. Just give me this month. Hide in the fucking utility closet. Why are you out in? This is the track.
You can tell he actually.
Beep test. I have to argue with you in front of all these children.
You can tell he likes his job because he doesn't molest the students.
Well, he's fucking that girl. Well, it's not molesting her. See, in my head, it's consensual. He shouldn't be doing it, but they will live a long, happy life together.
Dear me.
In Mexico.
In Mexico.
School?
In Mexico. I can't be in Ohio. That's too. The world's not ready for that.
The school system rocks. It just rocks how you can just like get raped and then you have to just show up the next day.
Oh yeah, no, he just like
That's the problem.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it's an administrative problem that you got raped.
Yeah, you're just like fucking going to your classes and the teacher is like, now I know that you have some excuse probably that you're going to try to pull, and you're just thinking like, the other day I got raped.
Miss Drinkwater, I was raped.
Fucking raped.
Drank water. Have you seen Elephant? That's one of my favorite parts of Elephant. The movie starts with this really cute blonde kid. And he's his dad's drunk driving him to school, and he's just like, come on, Dad, I can't. I'm already late. Just shuffle on over. I'll drive. He drives to school. He gets in, and like, you know, the people at the office, they're always accommodating. Because they actually deal with the kids. But the vice principal sees him. First thing he says, he's like, "Oh, David, again with the late stuff. We're gonna have to keep keep some kind of tab on that. I don't know what you're doing to yourself here." And it's like they never. Vice principals are the fucking worst. They never get it. It's like, dude, my dad is a drunkard. You know this. I'm late to school every day because my dad is an imbecile. What's gonna change? I'm gonna go to detention, and my dad's not gonna be drunk?
Yep.
And he takes his keys too, so he has to he takes his keys, and so his dad's just kind of hovering around the school the entire time. That's a good movie.
Finally. Do something about these bombs.
Anyway,
Yeah,
sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, that's pretty accurate to my experience. I love guidance counselors because they're always just like, you have to focus on your studies. You have to earn the credits so that you can have a bright future. And I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about right now, man? Every night, I just go to sleep to the sounds of my parents trying to strangle each other to death and screaming at each other. Every other day, I'm just like fucking. I can't enter a public bathroom because I like got raped in one of them. Like, what the fuck are you talking about, man?
Yeah, but you need your credits.
You need to go to a good school, Angie.
You need to drop out after maybe a month at some, I don't know, community college. You're enrolled for nursing. You're gonna do great at that. Oh, you dropped that. Oh, well, but you got your credits for high school. That right? That matters.
Mhm.
That did something. Well, otherwise you'll be here for. I mean, if you drop out, that's bad on our records, and for our school statistics that we keep virulent track of. That looks bad on us. But then if you stay here and keep trying to graduate, then you'll tank down the average GPA, and everybody. I don't know. You'll make us look like failures in a sense. You have to get your credit. You have to graduate. We don't want to see you anymore. It's kind of a problem. It's a little uncomfortable for us to see you. You should graduate.
Yeah, gym teachers, to the person in the chat, gym teachers at the very least, sometimes those guys can like be cool because like they're not even invested in anything other than telling children to run.
Yeah, or like the football team or whatever. That's it. And it's like, they probably do really give a shit about those things. Most gym teachers did not want to be gym teachers. They wanted to be like kinesiologists or whatever, which is a made-up fucking job. They wanted to be the personal trainer for like the next Dolph Lundgren. Instead, they're coaching the fattest fucking 13-year-olds on earth because they're loaded up with fucking HFC and and fucking Hershey's bars. But because they don't give a shit, they actually give more of a shit than the people who claim to give a shit give.
Yeah.
And sure, sometimes they end up fucking a 16-year-old. But that's the gamble you take with a good gym teacher. Okay?
Sometimes he's going to fuck the kids.
Because sometimes he's mad attractive. And if it's a female gym teacher, that is a lesbian. Which actually means you can trust her. You can absolutely trust her. She is probably the most mannish looking lesbian you've ever seen. And she will not fuck any of the students because she has a type. And oof. Can't say the D word, but you already know the type I'm thinking of. She doesn't want to fuck any of you. You're all ugly to her. She wants a minivan bitch.
She wants that minivan, bitch.
She wants your mom.
Yeah, she wants. She either wants your mom or she wants like fucking the softball coach for fucking varsity rec center. You know what I mean? The real bullish, that wide set brick wall of woman. It's either your mom, the most like waifish femme woman possible, or the most just bullish motherfucking woman.
She's just going home and just like, she's just going home and thinking, you know what? I wish I had Sarah Palin just fucking pegging me right now.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, gym teachers are pretty high tier. Let's be real. English teachers for me are god tier. Gym teachers are high tier. They were always good to me. Guidance counselors are not even. They're in a tier of their own. That tier being hell. They're nothing. And the best guidance counselor, thankfully, here's the thing. The best guidance counselor is 1 in a million, and generally they make it tacitly apparent that they don't give a fuck. Not about you, but about the institution. And the reason they're rare is because, you know, those people get driven out real quick. Yeah. That's how I had a guidance counselor who wasn't my guidance counselor, but who I spoke to for whatever reason multiple times. I even had meetings with her for whatever reason. I can barely remember any of 12th grade. That's when I transferred to high schools. They were fucking amazing. They were great. Because I didn't give a... Actually, both of the other two guidance counselors were great, and it was because it seemed like they were going to quit their fucking jobs a year or 2 years from now. They didn't give a fuck. They were saying shit they should not have said to me, like just real shit. The guidance counselor I had was a fucking marathon runner, had a Boston Marathon jersey up in his office. All I could think of when I saw that thing was a motherfucking IED going off, max capacity, and those two stupid motherfucking brothers. Every single time, I would tell him, I'm sleeping, look, hey doc, I'm sleeping fucking 17, 20 hours a day. I have extra credit. I'm fine. I'm going to graduate, but like, I know you're not going to tell me anything of worth, but in this rare moment of vulnerability, could you tell me anything of worth? And he'd be like, no, but I just, I jogged a real good jog yesterday. I think I went around near where you lived. Yeah, Don Valley. It's a great place. It's like, all right, look, I'm going to, if I kill myself, you're going to be in the know.
Yeah, I think, yeah, just in general, anyone who's like at an authoritarian anyone who's like working at an authoritarian institution like that, especially like fucking places like fucking residential treatment centers or whatever the fuck, the best people there are always the ones who are just like on the verge of like quitting their job with a degree of violence.
Yes.
Just like constantly thinking, I'm going to quit my job, and if they don't let me quit immediately, I'm just going to fucking punch the dude who's telling me no. Yeah, I met a Marine. When I was in the residential treatment center during foster care, I met this guy who was a Marine, big into former Marine, big into Ron Paul, hated the war, was into Gamergate because this was 2014.
All right.
And
damn.
And I would talk with him about like fucking libertarianism and Gamergate, and I don't know. I had no idea. Like I had some idea of libertarianism. I'm kind of sympathetic to it in certain strains. I had no fucking clue about like Gamergate because I was in a fucking residential institution through all of 2014. I get like 1 hour of internet a week at the library, maybe, and you're just like fucking telling me, dude, you have to keep up with Gamergate.
I have blueprints on Zoe Quinn's house.
Her name is Zoe Quinn. You gotta understand. She had sex with the other guy, and the other guy made the video game. Okay?
Yeah,
and we shouldn't be doing that. It's about the review industry. It's about ethics and game journalism. You get that, Angie?
Yeah, I went into foster care in like early 2000, midway through 2014. I got out of foster care like fucking first third of 2015. I got out and I was like a fucking regular internet user. I looked at the internet, I was like, what the fuck just happened? What the actual fuck just happened? I don't recognize this place anymore. But yeah, like this Marine guy, this fucking ex-Marine guy, I used to go around talking with him. He just randomly say shit like, you know, Christopher Hitchens was right. Women just did not evolve to be funny, or just some shit like that. I don't know where I'd be like, hell yeah. I'm with you, but he was just like, yeah, I fucking hate this place. This is an he just tell me, this is an evil place. This is just like a place where you just like jail kids and pretend that's not what you're doing. You're just like fucking like you're basically just beating the shit out of kids without laying a finger on them yourself. And he was just like, yeah, the only reason I'm still here is because I want to be like at least the one guy who isn't like treating people.
This is like back in the core, Angie. Well, they said they should shoot brown people. I see them, they all look like white blobs on the screen. I don't shoot them. I say I clock in, then I clock out the next day. I clock in that morning, I clock out the next night. And what I'm saying is, this is with Zoe. He's gonna have sex with this guy. Alright? Well, what's with and he reviews the game. This is like back in the core, man. How's that fair at all? None of this is fair. Ron's gonna fix it.
Yeah, he'd been like a libertarian like since before joining the Marines. He was just like, he said, yeah, I joined the Marines just so that like the ranks could be filled more quickly, so that like some other schlub wouldn't get deployed.
I'm not gonna lie, I do think you can be ex-military and be a good guy. I do genuinely think that, probably because the military actually, unfortunately, this is how they hook you, does have a lot of benefits. It ropes in a lot of people. Not just stupid people, chat. Don't dismiss all military guys as stupid. Smart motherfucker. Yeah. Honestly, the smartest motherfucker puts in his time, gets his free fucking, you know, no expenses, all paid scholarship, and he's out. All right?
Yeah.
And like as a poor kid, like the military can often be your only fucking way out. Whereas being a cop, it's like you don't get shit from being a cop. So for somebody to be an ex-police, it's like, what? Why were you ever police? Also, it's like if if somebody's ex-police and they lasted more than a week, they were complicit.
Yeah.
That's it. It's like Training Day. Straight up, I swear to God, I guarantee motherfuckers go through the movie Training Day. Motherfuckers go through that their first week.
Yeah, you're a good ex-cop, but the reason you're an ex-cop is because you ratted on the other cops.
Yes.
Nice.
You do
those guys I respect.
Yes. Day one, as a cop, if you don't think, holy fuck, I've signed up for something terrible and immediately leave, you're a bastard. Day one, cops get a pass. Day two, motherfucker, you're on thin ice. Day three, you're out. You've already been Blue Lives Matter, you got the Punisher skull, you're completely indoctrinated.
Yeah, military guys, though, yeah, the point you were making about, like, smart people getting sucked into the military is the same thing as just, like, smart people getting sucked into, like, Scientology or some shit. Because, like, it's not about how smart you are, it's not about how, it's not about that. It's about
what you
like,
can get.
It's about what you can get, and it's about, like, are you willing to allow yourself to buy the bullshit? just for a time for some other cause. Like, people don't join Scientology because they're like stupid, because they're like, oh duh, I'm going to believe in Xenu. People join Scientology because they're like, ah, fuck it, there's nothing else going for me except for like believing that aliens dropped us
Yeah.
into a volcano, so why not?
You think Tom Cruise is stupid? That motherfucker's smart as hell. Is he crazy? Yeah, but he's not Travolta crazy. Like, Travolta probably buys into all that shit wholesale. But Cruise took an opportunity. Sometimes people, for better or for worse, take motherfucking opportunities. Alright? And that's with the military shit especially. If you're a poor fucking kid with no prospects, you cannot pay your way through school, and your choices are the janitor at fucking Burger King, or I don't know, shit. I'm a ground insurgent. I'm a fucking grunt merc for a little bit. A lot of if even, because let's be honest, with the military, a lot of people get shuffled off in the roles where you truthfully don't really have to do shit. Cook, chef, not that you look. Let's be real. You should be a good motherfucking chef if you're gonna be in the military. We don't want no bad chefs. But like, you're not really seeing much of the action unless somebody's storming the base and you're like stationed, like you're actually in Kabul. You're not just at some fucking off-field base. And if you can, if you can line up something like fucking chef or, you know how many like programmers they probably have in the military, dudes who just sit on fucking computers all day. You get all your all expenses paid, motherfucker. It's a good choice for most people. That's why the American government does this. They know that. That's how they get people.
Yeah, all those people program in the military, all of them transition later. That's just the way it works.
It's true.
It's so funny that Chelsea Manning got the tape out because she just Sharpied Lady Gaga on top of the CD. And the guy checking it was like, oh, this is all right. I get it. I get it, Bradley. It's fine. It's gay shit. I don't care.
Yeah, she was just gay enough that like she could get away with it. It's so fucking cool,
It's
honestly.
so sick. It's like, yeah, that is honestly such a genius move. Because it's like, yeah, why would he check it? It's just gay music. You're fucking weird. He's in the right for not checking it.
Imagine fucking like 3 years from now we get like Chelsea Manning 2, except it's like 100 gex written on like a flash drive.
You can't do it. You Sharpie fucking Dorian Electra on that CD. The fucking them insurgents checking your shit like, all right, Booker boys. I know what's in here.
We can't have another Manning.
Grips, alive tapes, AC-130 footage, clear as motherfucking day. I have 13 gigs of Dorian Electra on my fucking portable HDD right now. You are not fitting that on a CDR, bitch. You're going to jail. You're going to Gitmo, bitch. Goodbye.
Damien. What is Hessa called Dorian Electra? Damien Electric or something?
Damien Electric. I think I've heard her say that.
She fucking hates Dorian Electra, God.
Did you know that Dorian Electra's like first few songs were like about Austrian economics and libertarianism?
Yeah.
Not surprised. Not in the slightest.
It's fucking they-them music.
I've discussed it with my girlfriend. I'm not a big Dorian Electra fan. I think she's okay, but here's the thing. At this point in time, your sort of hyperpop movement has lost its hero.
Yeah.
Sophie is dead. Nobody will ever replace Sophie, and Sophie is not a Christ-like figure. She's not a martyr in that sense. With Sophie being dead, God rest her soul, Charlie's fucked, Dorian's fucked, anybody in that... A.G. Cook is fucked. All these people are fucked. Unless you can change. Because nobody will fill in that void that Sophie left. And somebody like Dorian will try their damnedest, but it's like, bitch, you are not Sophie. You are a they-them motherfucker. You are not Sophie. You couldn't even try.
Yeah, Sophie was, yeah.
She was the best. She was the best of them, dude.
Yeah. To be fair, I do think it could probably plug along a little with like 100 gex at the helm.
It's 100 gex, by the way. You don't say 100, you say 100 gex.
You see, I don't know anything
I say
about
100
this
gex.
game.
You do not say 100.
100 gex.
Yes, there you
see,
go.
I'm not gay. Somehow, I don't know how, but I'm just not gay enough.
Here's the thing. What I feel. I don't think 100 gex. I don't think they can. Or I don't think 100 gex can spearhead anything. However, I do think that there is now a fork in the road with Sophie's passing. you're going to get a lot of 100 gex analogs, and then somebody else is going to try to fill in the void that Sophie left, and it's going to be, yeah, and fail. It's going to be bad, and everybody's going to try to ape that because Sophie was the big one. She was what was with it, what everybody was into. Yeah. No, and the 100 gex, you know, that fork, that road, that'll go somewhere, but I think it'll peter out in terms of popularity.
Mm-hmm.
Something else, something big has to be coming. A sort of synthesis of all of these elements. I don't know what it is yet, but it's coming. Because 100 gex is more, and I do think it's like that. Everybody was clowning on it, and so I like it. I love that album. I love the remixes.
Yeah, I love it too.
100 gex is not that crazy. Let's be real.
Yeah, I'm saying, yeah, I'm just saying, you know, they could probably like get away with like plugging the whole thing along for a while longer, just because like they're clearly doing it in large part for fun, like just for pure enjoyment of like doing it itself.
Yes, and they're very unique, and they're doing it for themselves.
Yeah,
I know what you, and it helps that Laura is not she's, for lack of a better term, she's not a clout chaser.
No.
She's uniquely herself. The guy, I'm sorry, I'm never gonna remember your fucking name. Unfortunately, I mean,
Dylan Brady.
most people don't remember Ethan Cath's name. Not to say you're an abuser. Not to say that. Just to say that there's always gonna be the one person in the duo who gets unfairly maligned. But neither here nor there. He's cool. She's cool. They're in their lane. I think they're gonna put out their next album probably within this year, and it's gonna champion a lot of shit. And then I think they're gonna be gone for a hot minute.
makes sense.
Yeah, because especially threes. That third album is a doozy. That's hard. Threes are always hard, man. Matrix 3, dog shit.
Mm-hmm.
Matrix 2, ooh, damn. Matrix 1, goated, unbeatable, right? It's hard.
Yeah, someone in the chat says post-grunge revival. We heard it here first. God, I unironically, genuinely hope not.
No, no more grunge.
It won't happen. It can't.
Yeah, thank God it won't. I think the style that has like the biggest shot at revival, I know because I'm doing it myself, and also because like you heard that fucking like Black Midi album earlier this year, well last year now, Cavalcade. That's like fucking avant prog shit. And I think that actually has a fair shot at revival, just because like there is enough people willing to be like, yeah, let's make like insanely tight, complex music right now.
Yeah, but you're autistic.
You're autistic.
I mean, come on. Okay, I'm listening to Black Midi right now. I've heard him before, but I can't really remember shit. I'm listening right now. You can continue.
Wait, what?
I'm thinking.
Cavalcade is a fucking great album.
Oh, black drummer. Respect.
Oh.
These vocals suck. This is a live performance, though. Okay.
Yeah, Jordy Grief does have like a fucking unique voice.
Okay, yeah, these are tight compositions. I fuck with it.
Yeah.
We're getting in our math rock shit.
Autism.
Which song you listen to?
is in. How many viewers have we got?
I'm listening to
97 viewers. Have we only been going for an hour and a half? Jesus.
I am listening to Kex Perversions.
Has it been an hour and a half? Oh my god.
Yeah, it has. Even when the stream crashed, it only crashed for like 5 minutes.
That's crazy. Feels like we've been talking for hours.
Well, because we're talking about a bunch of shit.
True.
Yeah, I can fuck with this. I think it's a little bit too much. There's too much going on for a normie. I don't know if it'd be the big thing, but I think shit like this will have a sort of revival.
Yeah. Rocky,
Yeah.
remember the stream we did a couple of days ago where you were just like losing your mind at the end of it because I've been talking about like 5 different subjects. Super
Angie, you
autistically
are
for, like,
going off.
4 hours.
4 hours. That was 4 hours. My god, that was.
Yeah, even I was surprised when I saw the runtime on that one. I think I was just bullying Serve out his zoo. and then my internet kept cutting out.
God, Serb said he was crying, Hussy. You tore him a new one.
Oh yeah, Serb sent me a DM saying one of these days I want to have a heart to heart. I want to get to know each other off mic, and that's the gayest shit I've ever heard in my life. I'm gonna hang out with him once I get to New York, and he's gonna be like, "Oh, I get it now." I'm gonna be like, "What do you mean you get? I've been like this the entire time. Just the fact that I'm a computer voice makes you think I'm malicious." No,
He's
man.
gotta know
He's the
there's.
most great man alive.
He
He's the most bullied man alive. He doesn't understand that I have met a myriad of people even like him throughout my life, and I've loved them dearly. But especially in the realm of entertainment, some of the things Serb says, if you ignore them, it's a gold mine. It's a gold. Also, unfortunately, he is not quite this anymore, but was a bit killer, and the best response to a bit killer on a podcast/stream is to kill his bit back and then probe at him until he shuts down.
Yes.
It's funny.
It is.
It's funny. I don't want to hear about your Lego Death Star for the next 2 hours. It's not funny, and we are losing subscriber.
Yes. No, I'm glad that we started just fucking tearing into him. It was pretty damn funny.
It's a show. Everybody in chat, it's a show. It's a show. Do people not get that? Does Serb not get? He gets that. He knows that now. It's a show. It wouldn't be funny if I didn't do the things I did. It's a show. It wouldn't be funny if, pardon me for this example, but if Nick didn't bully Adam. It wouldn't be funny if Nick just let everything Adam said slide. That would suck dick. Some of the best bits are from Nick bullying Adam. It's a dynamic. Some of the best bits in fucking Seinfeld are from George. You know, everybody's giving him shit because he's George. It's the whole point. It's fun.
Crazy shit.
See, if Serb was Jewish, we wouldn't have this problem. Jewish people get this. I'm serious. Jewish people, Russians, races that are privy to the idea of you talk shit on those you love, and if they keep letting you talk shit, you talk more shit. If they keep trying to lay out like traps for you and barbs, you sidestep the traps and barbs. You go for the throat. You don't say anything too bad. But ribbing is the best thing that we have. Getting drunk and ribbing people. That's what the boys do, man. That's what the girls fucking do, even worse than the boys.
Oh, they're even worse than the boys.
Oh no, trust me. Trust me, they're worse. So much worse. That guy needs to get some pussy.
My man needs some pussy.
My man needs some pussy.
He does this like he falls back on this like hangdog, oh geez kind of thing, and it's like it just makes me want to bully him more.
Oh wait, I told him if he DM'd me in earnest, which I knew was gonna happen, I was gonna send him Goatsy, so I'm gonna send him Goatsy right now. Alright. Alright. Hey, try to get me to feel bad for you now, brother, because if you respond to that, you know what I'm sending you next? Goatsy. Just saying. Because if I didn't love you, what I'd do is, oh, I'm so sorry, man. I'm so sorry for having said comedic things to you on a comedic stream. We should feel really bad for each other. Oh, boo-hoo. Nope. I send you goatsy.ru because the domain name changed. It used to be CX. I don't know what happened to CX. I was partial to CX. It's RU. You send them Goatsy.
I think the CX domain like got seized or some shit.
Yeah, I think it got seized.
Oh.
You can't even hot link it. You can't save it. I had to screenshot goatsy.ru. Bullshit. It's fucking.
What kind of world is this where we can't send each other
goats?
goatsy?
The pun doesn't work anymore. What the fuck is goat Saru? What the fuck is that?
I'm sending him Lemon Party next. If he wants to step up to play like this, come on, bat motherfucker, bat. I'm sending you. I'm throwing fastball with spikes on it, dude. I put razor blades in that shit. I'm sending you Lemon Party, brother. Do not ever plead for sympathy from me.
He's like you don't show your belly to people, you idiot.
Fucking hilarious.
None of my homies get sympathy. They get empathy, motherfucker. Sympathies for plebeians and pushovers. Empathies for fucking geniuses. Did Goatsy get made into an NFT? I think that was a fever dream you had when you were getting molested to try to dissociate yourself from the trauma. Don't ever say, even if that's true, don't ever tell that to me. Yeah, you come in this chat, that's a sadness. You're telling me a sadness right now. Come on. You don't do that. That's the best David Lynch clip.
That's a
sadness. Yeah, we're talking about watching Twin Peaks on an iPhone. It's a fucking sadness.
God,
He's
I love
such a
it.
unique accent too.
Yeah, God, I love the fact that everyone is just like looking back on Fire Walk with Me and just deciding it's actually good.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's one of
dude.
my favorites.
David Lynch just
Yeah,
came
yeah.
out and was like, "Yeah, here's a movie about child sex abuse." It's like,
Yeah, he just like made Twin Peaks and like people just didn't fucking get it. So he was
That's
like,
better than the
okay.
show.
it's way better
So
than the
he was
show.
like, well, it's better than the show in part just because like season fucking 2 of the show is just like, god damn, what the fuck?
It's so bad.
Except for the
Like-
Civil War reenactment, that shit goes hard.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna lie, that shit's
yeah,
great.
the fucking network. Yeah, the fucking network. People just like being like, oh, you have to have like storylines and like subplot drama, and like David Lynch being like, no, I'm leaving if you want. Then they'll be like, okay, well we'll let you leave.
Yeah.
This goddamn. But yeah, like people just still did not get the fucking point being made in the show, and so like he was like, okay, fuck it. You want like your quirky town and your quirky little murder mystery and your like little jokes about Laura Palmer and whatnot. I'm going to show you 2 hours of like an underage girl having a mental breakdown because her father has been raping her every day.
It's like,
That's
yeah.
what this is about. That's what this has always been about. Fuck
Yeah.
you if you don't like it.
Exactly. It's just him going like, "No, here's what the show is about, you idiot."
See, I mean, Fire Walk with Me is Laura's perspective. That's
Mhm.
why that's why nobody liked it. They're like, this is uncomfortable. Bad things happen to it. It's like, yeah, that's the point of the show.
Yeah.
She's like a Christ-like figure. Well, have fun. Here's Christ's POV. It sucks.
Yeah, exactly.
It's pretty much what it's like. Yeah, it's horrible. They crucified her. There you go.
I do think it's like genuinely fucking. There is like, it is a fucking bleak movie, but there is something like actually very like
The ending is beautiful.
sweet. There is something
she
very
wins.
sweet. Yeah, there is something very other than her winning. There's like something very sweet about like the fucking like very premise of it. Like, yeah, she's like doing drugs. She's like fucking selling her body to random people. That doesn't make her any less of like the embodiment of goodness.
Yeah,
It's
exactly.
autonomy.
Yeah, just saying, like, Laura Palmer is still the embodiment of goodness, and fuck anyone who thinks otherwise.
They established that in season 3. She is literally the embodiment of goodness.
Yeah, and
yeah.
season 3 literally just takes all its cues from Fire Walk with Me, which is also why some people devoutly hate season 3 and why I love it.
That's why I
Yeah,
love
I
that too.
fucking love it because I fucking love how just purely focused it is. This is just like David Lynch just being like, I'm going to make a full several fucking hours of what I want to make. And it's amazing.
That's
I
terrific.
can't believe that they fucking got episode 8 on television.
That's
That's
astonishing.
the bomb, right?
Yeah, the bomb going off.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that whole episode looks like a fucking painting. That one's crazy.
That's
Yeah,
nuts.
that's legitimately that's
Gotta
like one-
light.
I'd never seen anything
Yeah.
like that on TV before.
Yeah, he actually used the perfect fucking. He actually found the perfect fucking use for like Serenity for the victims of Hiroshima there too.
That's the song, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, it's so funny because the soundtrack for season 3 is so downplayed.
Yeah.
It's just ambient. Extremely like not you. Sure, you get the lay motifs from the original Twin Peaks. Usually, when you know a
Yeah,
character revelation happens with one of the original cast, but a lot of the time it's just the most eerie fucking. Like it's almost like the ambient music from Silent Hill. It just keeps you on your toes. It's super uncomfortable.
Yeah,
That's
and then
great.
like episode 8, hard cut. This is 1940 fucking 1944 was it?
Yeah, I
don't
think
know.
it's right before the bomb drops, so it has to be.
Yeah, 3, 2, 1. Then the bomb drops, and you get, and it's silent, and instead you get Serenity for the victims of Hiroshima playing, which is thematically perfect.
It's brilliant.
Yeah, and it's something he's already set up for as well.
Just like fucking several minutes of just like footage of inside the bomb.
It's so great.
Yeah, dude just went ahead. Dude just went ahead and saying like nuclear weapons and rape are the same thing.
God.
And he fucking asserted that artistically, and because of the force of that artistic statement, you can't just you can't question it.
Nope. It's also like a scary episode too. Those woodsmen are fucking terrifying.
Like, gotta like.
Those people who have like weird electric voices.
Ooh, I have here's a. You played Killer 7 on stream. You remember those? There's like I think there's a car in Killer 7 with shit written on the windshield, right?
That's Fire Walk with Me,
Pretty
yeah.
sure- Yeah, that's a direct reference to Fire Walk with Me. Let's rock.
Yeah, Let's Rock, yep.
Yeah.
I love the Deer Meadows section of that movie so much, where it's just like an evil version of Twin Peaks.
It's awesome. It's to start. I mean, imagine reading that script for the first time as a producer. You're like, oh, okay, it's another small town. It's weird. It's cool. What happened? What happened to our protagonist? What's? Huh?
Yeah.
Why are we back with Laura? What's going? What the fuck was? Do we ever get back to reading through the rest of like 100 pages? What happened to them? That was Kiefer Sutherland. What the fuck do you mean they're gone? What?
Yeah, I like how he just like keeps Agent Cooper as like the empty-headed doppelganger until like the very end.
Yes, that plot line with Chester Desmond never gets fucking resolved. He just disappears, and that's the end of the Deer Meadows plot.
He's gone because it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
It's not about them. It's about Laura and it's about Coop.
Mm-hmm.
It's basically a blatant fuck you to the producers.
Oh, it is. The first shot of the movie is a television getting smashed. It's great.
Yeah, by like a hammer.
Yeah, the fucking Dougie Jones subplot. That's like the way that he gets to weave in his humor, and it's beautiful, I think.
Yeah, and he's very funny. Like if Lynch wasn't such a good comedic writer, Dougie Jones would suck. If you play Dougie Jones entirely seriously, which you can't, by mere virtue of the character being like hokey as fuck, he doesn't, and it's perfect. So even though you're desperately waiting for Coop, you don't get him till like the very second last episode. Man, everybody starts to love Dougie, motherfucker. At first you hate him, and then you start to love him.
Yeah, it's extremely competent comic relief.
It's great. Really well done.
And then you almost start to feel bad because then Dougie's gone, right?
Yeah.
And Coop
Just
comes
having
in. You're like,
just
no.
Yeah, just having like Kyle MacLachlan just having like Kyle MacLachlan just like toddling around, being like guided by like invisible like astral entities, and just
or with
going,
the coffees and his little intern.
Coffee.
He's just retarded.
I know.
It's like, what if we just made Coop retarded and it's perfect? And the fucking the Vegas guys just love Dougie. It's like, oh my god, this man's a genius.
So he's got the son, like the good son, and then you compare it to the other Tulpa's son, who's like a fucking demon, which is so great.
He just like almost abandons the money until they like force him to like acknowledge it.
Yeah.
What's his son's? Sonny Jim. God, season 3 ruled so much.
Dude, See, this is the issue when people think about the hero's myth or all the George Lucas shit. It's like, no, you can write a story intuitively. Lynch does it all the time, and that's not to say he didn't think it out. Him and Mark Frost have thought all this shit out intensely and devoutly. If you read, the Laura Palmer tie-in book that I think came out right around when season 2 was ending, like they set a bunch of this up. Everything's set up, but not not exactly. There's always wiggle room. And that wiggle room is how you get a fucking Dougie Jones. They didn't think of Dougie Jones 20 years ago, 10 years ago. Lynch might have thought up him on the spot. Like, who fucking knows? But it works. That's all that matters, that it works for the story.
Yeah, did you ever see Inland Empire?
Yeah, I love that.
Yeah, he just fucking... He made that by just, like, typing up a page and giving it to the actors and saying, do this.
Yeah. 3 hours.
And then just doing this over and over until they got, like 3 hours of footage.
And he records it on the shittiest camcorder possible.
Yeah, your phone is stronger than the camera used to make that movie. Standard DSLR, SD.
Oh boy, yeah. Oh boy. It works though. I will say the only movie I've seen where the shitty camcorder truly works and it's essential to the film. Not Inland Empire. Not 28 Days Later, although that's kind of a cool aesthetic for a zombie movie. Fair, granted. Julian Donkey Boy, filming just the worst, most schizo family possible on what, you know, they'd record each other on at the time. This horrible, like, 2002 camcorder. It just, this whole film has a grain behind it. It just, it feels like you're immersed, entrenched in somebody's rotting brain. It's insane, man. I love that aesthetic.
Brilliant.
The midget hitman. Fuck that scene.
Ike the Spike. Yeah. Oh god.
Oh, he's just going. I think the camera's just kind of like going in and out between hallways. It's just this fucking midget just domes people. Oh boy.
Dougie
Yeah,
just
Lynch
does
is-
fucking
Lynch is
karate
great,
on
man.
the midget. Oh, so good.
Yeah. Whew. Yeah, we need more Lynches.
He's like one of the best. He's like a truly American artist. He's great.
He is, man. He was an army kid too, I think. So he went from state to state. I think that's why his accent's so fucked up. I thought he was from Philly. I think he settled down in Philly after the fact to go to art school. But before that, he's just all American, all around. Dude, do you know he's like a for Cub Scouts, he was the top motherfucker. He had all the pins, dude. That's such a Lynchism that this motherfucker had like the weaving pin, the embroidery pin, the getting molested pin, and he's just state to state. Like, dude, that rocks.
That's crazy.
Tony, it's because the issue is the original series is rather easy to understand in terms of like on an emotional basis. I would say.
Yeah.
Fire Walk with Me and The Return are. I feel like all barriers are gone.
Yeah.
It's just raw wires. It's just pure nerve.
It's hard to do stuff like that on like primetime television in 1990 and like 1991.
Yeah,
Go and watch the scene where Ray Wise kills Sherilyn Lee's cousin. It's insane that got fucking put on TV in 1991. It's so fucking disturbing.
Is kind of insane. Like her finding them finding her body and all that. It's a very morbid opener for a show.
Yeah.
Yeah, but like this, like they had murder series on all the time, but like the idea of just like devoting the whole series to just like this one murder is like kind of insane in and of itself.
Oh, it's fucking crazy.
Yeah,
right?
because it's
My
and
charisma breaker.
It's sort of an inversion too. Because I mean, you have these murder shows, but you go from murder to murder. It doesn't matter. You're desensitized. This entire show is founded on Laura Palmer's death. Nobody can move on. There is no moving on. Even in The Return, it's like 30 years later at this point. Nobody's moved on. We're all deeply entrenched in this one murder that happened like 30 years ago. We're stuck because it's a show about grief.
Yeah. Yeah, I like
back to
what's her name? Cheryl Lee. Cheryl Lee actually fucking said, with regards to Fire Walk with Me, that like people who are like victims of incest just like come up to her and say that Fire Walk with Me made shit make sense.
Oh, it's a brutal film.
It is brutal, and I think part of what makes it make so much sense is that it's like you said, Angie. She has autonomy. You know, she might be a pure virtue, a paragon of good, but she smokes, she does coke, she has a sort of rascally, weaselly boyfriend who loves her all the same, but, you know, he's a fucking loose cannon. And Fire Walk with Me, just straight, you know, he shoots a guy in self-defense, sure, but still, like, she's embroiled in things she shouldn't necessarily be embroiled in, but she's a teenager in America.
Yeah, like, The Return even manages to just, like, be pro-trans without making it seem, like, forced or artificial.
It's crazy, right?
With Duchovny, yeah, they do. I even when she's introduced in the original show, it's like nobody gives a fuck, or you know, like, but not in the way where it's like they're not gonna
Not
saturate. But but it like David Lynch's character, I think he says something along the lines like I'm always here for you, I fought for you, fix your heart or die.
Yeah.
Great.
When you became Denise, I told all of your colleagues, those clown comics, to fix their hearts or die.
You know where that comes from? That comes from going to motherfucking art school.
No.
Straight up. That, because you know, like that is why it's unfortunate that art school nowadays is very cuckolded and castrated. Because And even now, you can encounter those types there. I went to art school, of course. It's no fucking surprise. But back in the day, yeah, that's where all the freaks are. You know, you're gonna see a fucking trans woman at your class critique for experimental film. People are gonna give her shit. You're gonna be there for her, yeah, and all that shit. You know, whether osmosis or directly, it transfers over because Lynch is a good guy. Now, serial cheater, mind you, a bit of a Don Juan. I don't know how do you cheat on? I think he cheated on Monica Bellucci too.
Oh yeah. He's a horn dog.
He's a horn dog, but.
No, he gets around.
He's a Don Juan and a good guy. He's still a good guy, but goddamn, does he get pussy like a hound?
Oh, the man
Monica
can.
Bellucci. Oh.
Yeah, God, he fucked Monica Bellucci.
God damn. You fucked Monica Bellucci. Yeah. The Merovingian bitch.
Anyone will want to fuck a guy. Anyone will want to fuck anyone who has love in their heart.
Yeah.
It's true. Yeah, that should be your takeaway.
The fucking orgone in the body responds to like the natural flow of the orgone in the other's body. If you want to put it in like the schizophrenic way.
She's saying some bionicle shit, chat, but I believe it.
You're saying some bionicle shit.
Hey man, look, Hakuna Matata, brother. It's either Deleuze or Bionicle, alright? I ain't rhizomatic.
This is when trans girls are getting too autistic. You're saying it's a bionicle. That's the line of the episode. Oh, that's
I know
great.
what you mean, but holy fuck.
Don't worry, I'm laughing because I see the love in your words.
Brother, I'm about to go to Wikipedia right now. Oh my god.
Hussy, I'm surprised you're not already into like orgone shit, just because it's one of the best schizo topics out there.
What the fuck's an orgone?
You're talking about, lady.
Insane. It's a pseudoscientific concept variously described as an esoteric energy or hypothetical universal life force. Oh, okay. I'll be on my orgone shit in my spare time. Yeah, I feel you.
Yeah, it's like if chi was activated by jacking off.
You know I'm cheat up.
You
You know I'm cheat up.
Need to cheat up, shorty.
You know I'm at the foster home like, leave me be, mother. Fake mother. I'm cheat up. I have to masturbate right now. My orgones are thriving.
Orgone level maximum. Press R2. Press R2 to enter rage mode.
Oh man. Do I have a crazy theory about the ending of season 3? No, it's pretty simple what fucking happened.
He fucked it up.
Yeah, the dude punched Bob.
She broke into the real, bitch. That's it. He's spaced. In my opinion, Coop's stuck in a loop. That doesn't mean it's not a loop worth fighting for, but the universe. Yeah, Laura. It's not that Laura has to die per se. You know what I'm saying, right? He's stuck. It's eternal torment. He's not in hell necessarily, but the end. You know, that's the real. The woman who opens the door at the very last scene. That is the woman who owns that house.
Mm.
Yeah. They break into the real, and the loop still happens.
Yeah.
Also, the show ends.
Also, it's a fucking really scary ending. Jesus.
I love. And then it cuts. Like, oh fuck.
And you just got the credits of Cooper looking like worried as Laura's like whispering.
Yeah. That's why even though Heroes is a dog shit show, I watched a lot of Heroes as a kid because of my father. Heroes season 1, I would call that Kino, my friends. And then the writer strike happened. Unfortunately, the show went to shit. But the whole idea of a cheerleader being and she's the central tenet of the universe and all its forces, and that the only way to save this entire world line is to save the cheerleader. That stuck with me for all. That's also why I like Madoka. Similar plot line.
Fuck yes. Fuck yes. You like Madoka?
I love Madoka.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Of course I like Madoka.
I did not know that about you. I don't think that was
I like Monica's pretty popular. I've seen a bunch of entry-level anime. I want to get in. I'm not gonna ever get into anime wholesale.
Hussey's the child of Sophie. They like Madoka.
You ever seen
Come on,
you ever seen Utena?
No, and my girlfriend's told me to watch it. Many people have told me to watch it. My girlfriend loves Utena.
Yeah, if you like Monica, you'd probably like Lieutenant, because like Monica is like super influenced by Lieutenant.
Okay. I'm gonna watch it with my girlfriend. That and Seinfeld. We've been watching Seinfeld. Seinfeld's weird because every time a bit comes up, I almost predict it, and I'm like, it's like I wrote this. I'm Jewish.
Lieutenant is like legit like some of the most art school shit ever to exist, and it's like
Corn Frosty.
it's fucking
My corn frosty.
it's fucking beautiful. Like the series is just like it's pretty obvious like from the outset what's going on. There's just like some sort of insane like sex shit going on, just like some sort of like incestuous like exploitative shit, like suffusing the school. And then like the movie is just like fucking glorious. The movie is just like Ikuhara just being like, okay, fuck it. I'm just going to retell the whole story, but I'm going to do it in the most psychotic way possible.
Oh shit. Okay. I fuck with it.
The movie doesn't make sense without the series, though. Just like
No, I never. I'm not one of those fucking retards that. Oh, I gotta watch End of Ava.
Oh, that's so
25 and
stupid.
26, and then I'll do. No. You watch. Just watch it as it came out first, and then you can do the crazy watch order. Fucking troglodyte, stupid bitch.
Yeah. Yeah, imagine in someone like reading like a visual novel like Umineko, just being like, yeah, I'm going to read like episodes 7 and 8 first, and I'm going to bother with the question marks. Like that it doesn't work like that. You can't figure out like the central mystery of love at the core of everything without like figuring out like the basics.
Who's the princess in Umineko? Smug bitch.
Yeah.
Who is that? What's her name?
Beatrice?
I fucked her.
Hell yeah.
No, I think it's Beatrice. I'm making a solemn oath to chat between 2022 and 2023. I will read Umineko, not because anybody's told me anything that would make me want to read it, but because that bitch is OD and mad fuckable, and I relate to her. She looks like a pimp.
You know what, I started it because I was like, I'm going to be very interested in the mysteries and the themes, and then I only continued it because I was like, god damn, Beatrice is fucking hot.
You know she'd be laughing like, oh.
Ah.
Actually, she laughs more like,
Oh, that's surprising. I thought it'd be like a Korean from Street Fighter. That's fucked up.
yeah, she is hot in like a really fucked up way.
Yeah, I fuck with the animes.
Hell yeah.
No, I have to read. I'm gonna read more manga because I'm doing something for somebody that's a comic. So I need to remember how all that shit works.
Yeah. How do you? What were your favorite aspects of manga, by the way? Just curious.
Mainly the well, like the fucking what's her face, Homura, mainly her.
She's so cool.
Yeah, I mean it's just the tragedy of, yeah, perpetually being.
My favorite part was episode 10. I thought the first time I watched that, I was like, "Holy fuck, this is a masterpiece."
Yeah, I
It's
love.
kind of neat too. I don't know. It's just I don't know. I like the whole thing. You know what? My favorite actual part in terms of aesthetics is when they fight the angels or whatever.
Yeah, the
It
little
goes- yes,
stop
yeah.
motion things by
Because that's outsourced to a different studio. I'm pretty sure.
Yes, it's so good. I fucking
It's crazy.
love
by
it.
Inu Curry. Yeah.
Yes.
You've seen Rebellion, right?
Yes, really good movie.
Movie.
Oh, you should watch Rebellion, Hussey. It's really great.
Rebellion just like fucking ditches any pretensions of just like trying to be a normal story. It just like goes like full art film mode.
God, you can see how
Let's go,
dopey the AI gets when they. don't
That's
know
what
how to
movies
get
let you do. That's what people
Yeah.
have to understand. When you get
It's
like a film, you go buck fucking wild.
Yeah, even if I didn't like the story in Rebellion, I'd still call it a masterpiece just because it is like one of the most visually amazing films ever made.
Yeah, Shinbo is a fucking fantastic director.
Just like
That guy used to direct like 3 shows a season. He was fucking everywhere.
just like paying attention to like what Rebellion is doing with like the fucking music, the editing, the animation, just like the various colors being used everywhere is like everywhere there's some sort of new symbol showing up and whatnot. It's like genuinely astounding, just like what they were capable of doing.
I pulled up a clip. It was an ass shot. Yo, she's 11, bro.
Yo,
You gotta chill out. I'm kidding. I don't give a fuck. But it was very funny for the first shot to be an ass shot.
Yeah. Yeah, but yeah, it's like fucking amazing. I think one of my favorite aspects of Madoka as a whole is just like the way that like both the series and Rebellion are like kind of structured as arguments rather than as like more traditional stories. Like you look deep within them and you're finding like a guy just trying to prove to himself that there's something more than like just pain and nothingness.
Yeah, it's just like Freddy got fingered.
That's what that movie's about. I will not make the chicken sandwich.
Yeah, I see people like complaining about like, oh, the ending of Madoka just came out of nowhere. It just like negates all the suffering. Like, yeah, that's the point. The point is that like the entire series is in search of something that could like. You'll notice that she doesn't make it so that magical girls don't become magical girls and die. She doesn't make it so that they don't die. She makes it so that their suffering is bearable.
I hate when girls die.
Also, Anne Frank is canonically a magical girl, I believe, in the context of yes, that's a real thing in the show.
Yeah.
Joan of Arc too.
Damn. Respect.
I fucking get emotional at like the ending of like Madoka every single time because just like
Breaking the cycle. That's a good way of putting it. That is one of my favorite kinds of stories is breaking the cycle.
yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. It's just it all plays into the Nietzschean eternal recurrence. That's what I'm writing an arc of a comic for somebody.
Okay,
and I'm trying to tie that all in.
Yeah, then you'll fucking love Umineko actually.
All right. Okay.
'Cause-
Damn, shoddy.
Because like the whole story of like the fucking hot insane witch is like a very classic breaking the cycle story.
Let's go. Let's fucking go.
It's difficult to put it in any terms without spoiling it, so I'll leave it at that though.
Oh, dude. Yeah, I don't give a fuck about spoilers unless it's like obviously a VN that's 600 million hours long, or The Matrix 4. Oh God! Nobody, fuck off. Everybody, fuck off.
Yeah,
I'm seeing it tomorrow.
Yeah, Rikusha, the guy who fucking loves the guy who like made Umineko, he fucking loves cycles. He just like got his start with Higurashi, which is just like, what if a bunch of kids in a village just like fucking got murdered over and over and over and over
Let's
again?
go. Yeah, I've ever since I've been a kid, it might have started with Heroes. Oh, dude, I know what it started with. It started with this German movie called Run Lola Run,
That's a good one.
which is that is a sick one. From the general plot is she's doing a bank robbery with her boyfriend, right?
Something like that, yeah.
The plot lays itself out 3 separate times, and it happens wildly different each time. But with it starts out the same, and just one thing will be out of place, and everything will fall out of place from that moment onward. There's even a fucking animated segment in that. I love when films go from live action to animated, and then never call back to the animated part, like Kill Bill Volume 1. Fucking.
That's because they had to do some shit that you couldn't do in live action in that part.
Oh yeah. And it rocks, man. The Kill Bill Volume 1 segment that's animated is like at least 10 minutes long too. That shit costs them so much money, and it's beautiful.
It's great.
Man, people think that's why I hate never listen to a cis woman about Tarantino. Fuck that bitch. She is not gripping. Do not listen to her. She does not understand them. Oh, the feet. What about the feet? What's wrong with that? Is that not the point of art for me to insert my fetishes throughout the entirety of this runtime? Fucking Sphinx. What about your feet? They're covered in shoes all the time. If you wore sandals, I wouldn't care.
Yeah, that's something I actually fucking enjoy in art, when I can clearly just see, oh yeah, this guy is like horny for like very particular things.
Jodowski's fetish is bald women, for example, and he's not subtle about it.
Big tits and his mom, who had big tits.
Yeah, sorry to just keep calling back to it. That's another great thing about Umineko, is that there's just like this constant fucking BDSM. Yeah, there's this just fucking constant BDSM interplay, and just like all these like insane like fetishes that they go into.
That's my shit right there, man. That's my shit. That's me. Give me the money to make a movie. It's gonna be horrible. It's gonna be Freddy Got Fingered times a million, and it's gonna be so horny. You never gave me the money.
It fucking works it into the story in like a really beautiful, compelling way too.
That boy's
You
horny.
thought feet were bad. Get ready for this one. God damn. Yeah, that's all. Jodorowsky's one of my favorites. That is part of why as well. He just doesn't give a fuck. He also loves people intently as well. You could tell.
Yeah, I like how H.R. Giger just like drew and sculpted stuff that like turned him on.
Oh, he was
Most great man alive.
the horniest man alive, the most European man alive.
Yeah, and it rocks. He has his own museum in like Zurich.
Yeah.
What a pimp.
Just endlessly drawing like fucking dicks and clits and shit.
The shit he'd see in his quote unquote nightmares, that was his motherfucker's dreams. He was getting hard as a bitch. And that shit. Look up H.R. Giger, folks. You're probably thinking straight to the Xenomorph. His entire his oeuvre, the H.R. Giger discography, the filmography, insane. This motherfucker killed at every iteration. Horny.
Dude was absolutely going for it.
Dude was just like, I want to be crushed by a gigantic vagina-shaped robot, and he was right.
He was right to
That
do
is
it.
hot.
We will play Darkseid 1 and 2 sometimes. Those are.
That is hot, and it makes compelling art.
Bro was painting Shodan before Shodan was real.
Yeah.
In the like fucking 1979, this dude was painting horned up Shodan with big titties, and you're telling me he's not a genius?
There's no successor to him. That's what sucks. There's no one doing that kind of thing.
Yeah, you're right. Because who the fuck could success him? You know what I look? Well, he's not gonna be a mentor. He's not that type of guy neither. Those guys are 1 in a million.
No, just
Him and like R. Crumb. Who's gonna succeed R. Crumb? Nobody.
no.
That's it.
Just the world's
Stop there,
horniest
man.
fucking man. Just
Oh man. Because even Lynch doesn't have that.
Lynch has it. Lynch has his fail son and fail daughter.
Like Lynch is, there's still a sort of barrier there. It's not straight to the flesh with Lynch, but Jodorowsky, Giger, it's like, oh my god, this is how this guy thinks. Like I'm in his fucking head when I watch this movie or look at this painting. It's insane.
Well, Crumb has a really talented wife and a really talented son. Yeah, that's right. But like, I know. Speaking of, let's talk about like sons of famous directors who
R.
are not
Crumb's
as
son is
good.
dead.
Really?
Yeah, he died in a car crash.
That's awful.
Rest in peace. He was talented. There's a part of that documentary where they're drawing together. It's like, holy fuck.
Oh.
his dad taught him fucking well. This kid's he was a good artist.
I'm trying to think of like. Yeah, because I know David Cronenberg's son is an absolute dud. He can't make a good movie to save his fucking life.
Is this fail sons, fail daughters, or like
Fail daughters. Like, I know David Lynch has his daughter who made one movie and that fucking sucked.
you know Cronenberg's daughter is a photographer?
I did not know that.
She's pretty good, but it's like she's taking photos of Beyonce and shit. And it's like, look, bitch,
You're not.
Cronenberg's daughter. Like these are good pictures, but let's be real. You're not taking pictures of Bae unless you're Cronenberg's daughter. Come on.
Yeah, exactly.
Miyazaki's son is trash. That video of him walking out of his film
That's so
is
fucking funny. He was right to do it
so
too.
fucking funny. It is. He was right to do it. It's because you watch it. They show an excerpt of it on, and this is like This is playing on the NHK or something.
Oh yeah.
At least the clip I saw. Straight up, like everybody, they are rebroadcasting what is probably the worst moment in his son's life. They show a few clips, and it's just milquetoast Ghibli.
Man, it's
In
not
my
good.
opinion, Ghibli's already kind of mid, controversial. I haven't even seen enough Ghibli to say I don't give a fuck. But like, it's good shit. But this looked like you fed Ghibli into a computer, you shat something out. He fucking hates his son.
He genuinely does hate his son. It's astonishing. God.
Dude, me and my girlfriend were watching that, and there's a moment where I see the look in his eyes, and I've seen that look before. I've even seen it in my own eyes. It's just genuine regret and disappointment, but not the type that you can change. You know, it's done. It's done. Your son's like probably 28, 27. You've lived. You haven't even lived a life together.
Fuck, why'd I do that?
A bit of an absentee dad too, but like. There's a distinct moment where I'm like, he's gonna grab for his dart. He's gonna pull out a ciggy, and I say it. As soon as I say it, Miyazaki pulls out a fucking indoor ciggy, starts to go for just. He can't even leave the vent. He sits down on the couch and he just starts hacking darts. And it's like, holy fuck, this guy hates his son.
God damn.
He hates his son, and he's kind of right to.
His movies suck. He's just a dud.
And what's funny too is people have made this comparison before. If you watch Ava and you watch the average Ghibli film, one would think Miyazaki is like Anno and Anno is like Miyazaki. No, it's the exact opposite. Miyazaki's like a manly man, and Anno is a very womanly man. I mean, who do you think Shinji? Why do you think Shinji's like that? There's quite obviously a piece of himself in Shinji, along with every other character as well. But he's just a very sensitive guy. If you watch that episode. Whatever it was for Japanese TV or something, where Anno's teaching the kids and they're just, going alongside him. He's like a very, not even autistic per se, just a kind of like meandering. He's a goofball. He's very sad. He just wants to be left alone. He's extremely sensitive, but Miyazaki's brutal. Like, Miyazaki's a manly ass man. He hates his son.
Did you ever see that quote from Hayao Miyazaki where he like gets drunk and he just like randomly blurts out, well, what's wrong with wanting to love a 12-year-old?
Yes, oh, he's like, God, this is so fucking funny.
Damn. Japanese people really be on some other shit. See, the thing about Anno is Anno could never hate his son, but he would never have a son to begin with. Miyazaki could only ever hate his son, and that son was a motherfucking accident.
Oh yeah, God yes.
He was out in the town. That he pumped a load into somebody he should not have pumped a load into. That is regret. Chat, look up that video. That is regret. 27 years of regret.
Yeah, one thing I think about with regards to Anno, just tangentially, is just like ever so popular line of like, oh yeah, Anno, like the whole point of Evangelion is to like stick it to
It's
the
not. He loves that shit.
No, he is a fucking otaku.
He is an otaku. He hates himself.
He fucking hates himself.
Yeah, he's offering criticism to the community, but it's criticism from a point of view of I am one of you.
Look up, what's it called? Not Daikatana, that's the stupid John Romero game. What the fuck is it called? An anime.
Daikon 4.
Look up Daikon 4, chat. Look up Daikon 4 and tell me, he was like one of 3 animators on there. Tell me that the man who made that was not a fucking otaku. Miyazaki could never. Miyazaki is not an otaku at all. Right? When all those quotes, I don't even know if that one quote's real
It's
about
not.
anime was
No,
a
it's
mistake.
not.
But it's not. But look, he fucking hates otaku. Anno hates himself. He hates himself. That's Ava.
Miyazaki is an interesting case though, because like he's very clearly also like a repressed otaku. He's like
well, you have to be to make those fucking Ghibli films.
Yeah. He fucking loves all that shit, he's just like very ashamed of loving it.
And he doesn't want people to know it either. Like, Anno doesn't give a fuck. Like, I mean, he knows people knows, right?
Yeah,
like, what was his latest film was Godzilla.
Yeah,
like,
Anno's like wife just like draws a manga of like him just like being like extremely autistic at home, and she's just like he's very cute.
He is. My girlfriend's shown me that. Those pictures she's done of him. My girlfriend's actually drawn similar things.
Oh.
So, yeah, no, he's a sweetheart. Arnold's a sweetheart. He's a sweetheart, man. That's why he was so good. He has a heart. I'm not saying Miyazaki doesn't have a heart, but like, it's just, it's especially within Japanese culture too. It's just Miyazaki's probably also playing up manly parts of himself because he feels that he has to as well. But he is kind of just that guy.
Yeah, I appreciate. I love. One of my favorite things ever is just like people like taking the fucking time to like try to create beautiful stories with like genuine love in them for like audiences that no one else would like fucking consider.
Yeah.
Most good anime, that's what that is.
Angie, have you seen any of Anno's live action stuff? He couldn't get money because he didn't want to make mecha shit, so he ended up just making these strange indie films. One of which I have streamed on here.
I've been planning to see Love and Pop for like.
Yeah, don't sleep on Ritual. It's really good. It's about dating a woman with BPD.
Hell yeah.
It is. Love and Pop and Ritual are phenomenal. I like Ritual better, but like, yeah, and it's funny because he films like how he animates, which is odd to see. You know what I mean? Like,
it's
the
weird.
shots in like everything's very dollhousey, but not in a Wes Anderson type way. It's just, there are other characters in the film, but just a lot of everything's distinctly empty. Almost how like in Ava, shots that maybe with more budget, more time would be filled with people. Like maybe in the concept of Neo Tokyo, like how the excuse is that nobody's out and about. The town like folds up and becomes a defense front. It's also so they don't have to animate people running away and all that shit. You get a lot of those pictures like very minimalistic, long shots.
Yeah, it creates this like very interesting beauty in there. Just like
shots of train tracks, shots of roads specifically.
I love the fucking scenes where like we just see like Shinji and fucking Asuka alone. I love those scenes just because like of how uncomfortable they are, how like voyeuristic they feel. This is just like two kids like in an apartment alone. And this is like two kids in an apartment mostly alone, and they're just like doing exactly what they would do in that situation. And it's uncomfortable because you're just watching these kids just doing what they would do.
Yeah, and they love each other.
Yeah, they love each other. They're abjectly terrified of each other violently.
All right, closing statements.
Without love, go ahead.
You go ahead.
Without love, the truth cannot be seen.
I'm gay. One
last thing about Ava. That in Ava, the final shot where they're in the apartment together and Shinji starts choking her, it is so cathartic for exactly the reasons you mentioned, Angie. It is like the apotheosis of all those prior interactions. My closing statement is Happy New Year.
Happy
Find the love
New
in
Year.
your heart. Pussy ain't everything, but it sure is something.
Hell yeah.
Peace.
Happy New Year. Ciao.